Welcome to the DC as Fuck Show. Welcome to the DC as Fuck Show. We're a drinking show with a podcast problem. We make no excuses. We're live from the One Love Massive Studio, aka the Creative Factory in the most powerful city in the world, Washington, D.C. Find us at onelovemassive.com. We are located across the street from the world historic Howard Theater. I am Marcus Bradley Dunman, the Pasteurized Chef. This show is all about food, arts, politics, and getting drunk. We do not apologize for our actions once the show starts. We go where it takes us. So let the game of fuckery begin. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Welcome to the DC as Fuck Show. We're live at One Love Massive Studio, aka the Creative Factory. Find us at live.onelovemassive.com. We do a bunch of podcasts, and they're wonderful. All of them. They're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're great. We're actually building something here, so you actually guys need to start checking us out.
Foundation.
It's a definitely. Hold up. Is that me?
Oh, motherfucker, you get to do a shot. Yo, when are you going to learn?
So, Will, we play a drinking game throughout the show. And anytime your equipment comes on...
Do we have any small cups?
No. So anytime somebody's like your phone goes off or anything like that, or any kind of equipment, or if you're just an idiot, we make you do a shot.
Cool.
So since our bartender is not here yet, I will take a shot.
Allow me to take the wheel.
I will let you take the wheel. So if anybody's phone rings or anything like that, you're busted. That's what it is.
Shout out to Styrofoam and destroying.
Thank God I'm on.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the Styrofoam. Like, it kind of hurts my feelings. Actually,
it only takes one time.
It takes one time. No, I do it every week. So I mean, I just start off.
I'm being gentle with you and give you a baby shot.
Well, I have to run the show to the people.
So yeah, go ahead.
So we are live from the studio, One Love Mass, and we're across the street from Howard Theater, the most powerful city in the world. D.C., Washington, D.C.
Best city in the world, motherfuckers.
It's awesome till it's fucking this hot.
It's awesome until it's summer.
It's so, like, I moved from New Orleans because it was so hot. And, like, if I didn't love this city so much, like, it was so swampy out today. Like, I wanted to cry.
The only people who are not allowed to complain about the heat here are people from the Deep South. Like, they're
true. Very true. And I feel like...
They're also the only ones not trying to hear that shit either.
I feel like crackers are putting copper back in air conditions.
Oh, Jesus, okay. All right.
No, I saw that meme the other day. I just wanted to laugh at it. So I want to thank our sponsors, Chuck Evans, Grunson Universal, Marlon Griffin, and Cannon Wood. Did I do it right, Mike? Cannon Wood? All right, Cannon Wood. So, as always, I'm here with my co-host.
Your co-hostess with the mostest. My name is Crushing Boo. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Crushing Boo. Oh. How y'all doing tonight?
Still hot. And our special guest tonight is...
the incomparable Will Eastman.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're doing your job.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Will, say hi. Give your social medias out.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
My social media.
You got a nice voice for radio.
Pretty easy. Thank you.
God, you two got like the...
Have you ever considered doing a podcast before?
Like, God damn,
Let's
your voices
do it. Let's
are
do a
beautiful.
podcast. Let's do it right now.
Yeah. So where can the people find you, Will?
At Will Eastman. WILLEASTMAN.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As always.
That's why I chose that as my DJ name, because it's easy to spell.
Eastman.
Eastman. I am the Eastman.
To the east, my brother.
People
to
will
the
ask me
east.
why I chose that name. I'm like, it's because it's my name.
Wait, that's not your government name?
That's not your government name?
Well, my government name is William Eastman. But
William.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't give
I've
up
been
the secret identity.
You don't have to give up your secret identity if you don't want to.
that's me.
So tonight we're going to have a bartender, but he's not here yet.
Yeah,
so,
he's running on DC time.
And I had a bartender.
He's running on Metro time. He's single tracking. He's single tracking right now.
So he'll be here tomorrow?
Why you got to remind me? Why you got to remind me? Oh, snap.
Yo,
There's probably some smoke in the tunnels.
Listen. I don't know how Metro's so bad. How is the Metro so fucking horrible? I've been hitting the city off and on for 2 years.
Most powerful city in the fucking world.
And we don't have a working Metro.
And our Metro is a fraction of the size of the New York subway.
It is a bag of dicks. Like,
we can't.
They close at 11:30. Like, are you fucking... I get off work at 11. I had to run to the Metro sometimes. And
sports teams have to literally give them all hand jobs to get them to stay open late for games, like during championship series.
Did
and that
Uber
type.
pay for the Metro to stay open one day? It's like Uber's paying.
The competition is like, no.
You guys are idiots.
You know why? Because Uber's probably, their servers probably crashed.
It was during the Cavs. It was during the Cavs
They were
playoffs.
like, we can't take this. Please, Metro, please.
And Uber pisses me off too.
Yeah, well, I don't even do that. I don't even do that anymore. I do the competition.
Lyft?
Yeah, man.
I've actually never really done Lyft before.
It's the same thing, just with,
I know,
with pink. And sometimes your car has a mustache.
Yes. Will, would you grab a cup for her?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
I'm a victim of my own machinations.
oh, you got the vodka. You got the tequila.
Yeah, I got the tequila, man.
So you see how this works?
Son of a
Turn your
bitch.
phone off.
God damn it.
So we haven't done Changes in a while. And Changes is the song from Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a very, it's a beautiful song.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. But so everybody thinks this world's fucked. And it is fucked in some right. But I also think because of all this fuckery, it's actually turned into some good things. Good things are coming out. A lot of bad things are fucking coming out at the same time. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of good shit's coming out. So what I want to do is here, kind of highlight things. Or even just, this is my time to be, or Boo's time to actually be real about things. And be a bare our soul.
Yeah.
So today, I found a CD that an old friend of mine made me. And it's remember back in the 80s and 90s, we made mixtapes and shit?
Oh, yeah.
So my friend made
I
me a
recall it
mixtape.
well.
Yeah.
Man, nothing like making a
Mixtapes are the shit.
mixtape,
We're
dude.
mixtapes like the shit.
You make them for you.
Yes,
You can make them
sir.
for your friends. You make them for your girl.
Yo,
you make
it
them
was
for your folks. You know what I
your
mean?
it
you
was
just-
I used to make mixtapes for parties and shit, or the weekend. I would
Yeah.
I would just make mixtapes for the weekend and shit and just fucking have a good time. It was just like a memory and a moment of that time in your life. So I found this tape and it says whatever slut on it because they were my homies, so we just bagged on each other. And it's from 2013. So I mean that's like five years ago. Yeah, it's 5 years ago. So I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh fuck, I remember this song. It just brought back a rush of emotions.
audio time capsules.
Right. And
Yeah,
then, so I was like, yeah, I want to bring this up. I want to talk about this on the show. And, we have a rocky past. And, and it basically turns around. What I'm getting to is that, there's been a lot of things said and a lot of rumors brought up. Look,
Between you and your friend?
yeah, not between us, but from other people.
From other people. Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm a bag of dicks already. I'm a fucking dumpster fire. I don't need help fucking up my relationships.
Yeah.
I don't need help fucking up anything. Let's just cheers
I'm
to
just
that.
going to go ahead and
Cheers, brother.
cheers on GP on that, brother.
I don't need help from rumors. So my thing is rumors. You suck. You're not good. When you spread
rumors
rumors
suck.
and you start
Yeah.
rumors, I'm almost 40. I get it. People are going to talk shit. People talk shit about me my whole life. I don't give a fuck. But I don't need your help to fucking ruin relationships.
What I never understood, though, is that when somebody comes up to you and tells you something that somebody said and they act like they're doing you a favor.
Right.
And it's like, well, actually, really,
No, I don't need that.
what do you hope to gain? What do you,
Who gains anything?
My initial reaction now is, well, what do you have to gain by telling me this? Are you
I
telling
heard
me this
this
because you
story.
give a shit? Are you, now there's some situations where I appreciate a heads up if somebody's about to do me wrong.
If it's
but
real.
If it's on some petty shit, I'm like, well, what's your end game? What do
Yeah.
you get out of this?
It's just
Who
kind
are
of
you really trying to help?
exactly. So rumors, go fuck yourself. Anybody who start rumors, go fuck yourself. And yeah,
Yeah. And
Rumors
feel
suck.
free, if you want to know something about me,
yeah.
Come-
And
come-
it's the
Yeah,
funny-
ask me.
it's
come
the-
talk to me.
Ask me.
It's the funniest
I'm,
thing
me up.
I'm not shy.
the funniest thing is when
Let's
they
have
told
coffee.
me when they told me what
Talk.
They don't want
when they
coffee.
told me what they heard, I was like, that's not even anything I was saying. That's some funny shit. But you believe what you want to believe. So that's my personal report. That's all. I'm going to get in depth and personal about my life this week.
Right on.
Maybe till the end of the show and more tequila kicks in.
Okay, cool. Do I get to do some personal shit?
Do you want to?
You know what?
I mean, this is
yeah,
what
I'm gonna
changes
keep it.
is about.
I
We haven't done changes in a while.
I could take a moment
You know,
and
do it, 'cause we haven't done changes
bring
in a
out
while.
bring out the knives, but I'm gonna put the
Bring out
knives
the
away.
knives, man. Bring out the knives.
No, I
I'm a
want shout
chef. Bring out the
out
knives.
shout out to people that love me, that I love, and
Is somebody banging us? Is somebody banging
Oh
us?
yeah, that might be
the
our
bartender?
bartender.
Would you can he text you on your fucking phone instead of banging on the door? It sounds like he's trying to kick the shit
Oh
in.
wait, he did text me.
Oh, wait,
twice.
you're on your phone. You got to do
I had
shot.
to turn my ringer off.
Oh. Well, the bartender's late, so we're gonna give him a lot
No,
of
he's
shit.
there. He's like,
He's
he's
your
been
boy.
there for 5 minutes.
All right, he's your boy. Go get him.
I'm gonna go get him.
Hurry up. It's hot. So, well,
Don't talk to me about hot.
what? Because you're fucking 8'5" and fucking black. It's hotter for you than it is for me. That's not fair. White people don't like this heat shit, man. It's fucking garbage. Dude. This is hot as fuck. We're from the motherland of fucking Ireland where it rains all the time and it's cold. Well, that's not really always good. Anyway, Will, you having fun yet?
Yeah. I feel like I need to catch up. Like you guys got a head start on me or something.
No. We just, we play characters, so we just fucking fall in the
Got
line.
it.
You're just who you are. Do you want a shot?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I'll probably fuck up at some point.
Sit down. You're late. I'm pissed off at you. I don't even know who you are, but sit your ass down.
You guys don't know each other?
I know this guy.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Actually, I do know you. Good. Sit your ass down. Put the headphones on.
I didn't know you were going to be our bartender.
So you're late as fuck.
I seduced him into this at brunch. Oh, no.
No, this is not how we do it.
We're the bitters.
You're lucky we don't have the bathtub gin here.
Oh, right? So pour yourself a shot because you're late as fuck.
Yeah, it's just best to not think about it.
Treat the
Just-
microphone like a dick.
Just do it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So decent as fuck. We started this tequila about a year and a half
Oh,
ago.
we need more cervezas.
Cervezas. There's a couple on the table. Just one right there. Just fucking pour it.
Tequila,
Why
huh?
are you looking at it?
I was thinking of myself and planning ahead.
Cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Salud, welcome to the party,
Salud.
Eddie. Ladies and gentlemen, our bartender, Eddie O'Brien. Say what's up to everybody, Eddie.
What's up, everybody?
Do you have any
These
socials?
guys have so many supplies for making stuff.
No, but-
Apple juice, yeah, drinks
Yeah.
with apple
Yeah.
juice.
What was it? The counter to Diamond and Silk, sweet tea and apple juice. Mm-hmm. I want to meet them.
So,
I really
did you
do.
want to get personal again? Or no?
Oh yeah. So I was gonna keep it light. Shout out to the mother of my kids, Janet Dixon, and my kids, DJ and Izzy. They are on their way up to see the family for the annual summer trip, and glad they made it there safe. And kids are gonna be gone for 4 weeks.
Holy shit.
4
What are you
weeks
going to do with
without
yourself?
my babies. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw her whole name out there, but I'm pretty easy to find on the interwebs. What would you say? What I'm gonna what?
What are you going to do with your life for the next 4 weeks?
I'm gonna work my black ass off. I'm gonna stack as much paper as I possibly can until my body will not physically allow me to do it anymore. And then
It's
once I'm done
perfect
doing
weather for
that,
It is definitely
I'm on
crazy.
drink. I'm going to
I
drink.
feel like we should do a bender on a Sunday and record the whole thing. But we almost did it today. We almost
yeah,
did it today.
we almost met it.
ended up the same place.
I was a split second away from being like, yeah, I'll meet you for brunch.
And I was with my parents. That
Which
would have been the
would've
best part.
Although your
My
parents might
parents
have
keep me.
been,
They keep me calm.
that might have tempered everything.
They totally would have tempered everything.
If you had
brother.
told me that your parents were there,
no
I
idea
might
you
have
were gonna be
actually like, okay, the risk factor was a little lower.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
my
know,
mom and dad keep me in check.
That and I got to take a nap before this.
I took a nap too.
You know,
I took a long.
Because I was like, if you and I
Ditto.
both show up brunch drunk,
See, so I was in. Like,
Mike's gonna set us on fire.
So a couple.
he's gonna lock the doors.
So 2 weeks, a couple of weeks ago was the World Cup first day, and I went to brunch and I went to the World Cup, and I even took a nap and everything, and it did not.
You
help.
did not take a nap.
Oh, I did.
You know what that nap did? You know that nap
shit
didn't
made it
take.
worse.
That nap did not take, bro.
Shit made it worse.
That nap did not.
Can
take.
you find this on the interwebs?
What?
Oh, yeah.
The
My nap.
The episode? Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's
so
on
hard. I have.
at live.onelovemassive.com, which
I-
chances are, if you are watching this now, you already know that.
I tend to watch every episode. And that one, I watched the first 5 minutes, and the last 5 minutes, I'm like,
I realize I can't watch previous episodes.
I have to. I have to
I
see.
fell
I see
asleep.
what we do, good or bad, and
I
check
never
it
look
out.
back. I never look back.
But I have to. I had to pick up like
I fell asleep one time watching an episode, and it was fucked up.
which
So,
episode?
like,
Which episode?
to wake I think it was maybe the second one that I ever did with you, and it was just so weird. Like I passed out halfway through it, and then woke up at one point.
Were you naked?
No, well, I don't know at the time. Probably not.
Probably not.
But just to wake up and hear yourself saying some shit that you said earlier in the night, and you're like, "Well, did I?" You know,
Why
it's a
did I-
weird deja vu. Am I dreaming? Like it just fucked with me. I don't know.
Okay, sure. So anyway, gentlemen, we do what we call safe words.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh, what do you do?
He just complimented me on my shirt.
Nice. So we do safe words. So safe words is to protect you from me. So when we get out of hand, if you ever get uncomfortable, you say a safe
If
word.
Marcus ever goes too far,
I go ham a lot.
What's
Yeah.
the safe word?
It's whatever you want. So we're going to go around a room. It's one word. You choose what you want. You know, during sex, like banana. Like if you're getting beat, banana, fuck, stop. Like that's your safe word.
that's a thing.
You've never been beat by a banana?
No.
Well, you guys suck.
I'm
Anyway,
shy, man. I don't get out much. Go ahead.
anyway, so we're going to start with Boo. Boo.
Oh, you know what? Just because it's just so good. I'm gonna stick with my safe word from the last couple of weeks.
What the fuck? No.
Dude, who doesn't love Bametry?
That's two words.
Bametry's pretty good.
Bametry is one word.
Oh, what the fuck?
Dude,
Whatever, dude. No, you do whatever you want in life because you're going to do whatever you want in life. I don't give a shit.
goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Well, do you have a safe word for me?
How about grilled cheese?
He's a stickler for one word.
Oh.
See, you do Bama tree. You fucking everybody wants to follow your leads.
Bama tree is one word, not a Bama tree. I'm talking Bamatry. The act of Bama tree.
Bama
To be
tree.
a Bama.
Oh, okay. So it's one word. Okay.
Yes. You savages. I swear.
Okay. So my safe word's going to be grilled cheese a tree.
I'm just gonna
I'm gonna let it pass.
I'm
I'm going to let it pass. Because if he legit yells out grilled cheese a tree, that means some shit's gone fucking sideways. I think we should let him have
say it
it.
fast, real fast.
Grilled cheese a tree.
It's grilled cheese tree, motherfucker.
That is some straight grilled cheese a tree, Your Honor.
Oh, that's awesome. Actually,
I object.
I kind of like grilled cheese tree. That's some grilled cheese tree with some mambo sauce on the side.
Oh, whoa. Who puts mambo sauce with a grilled cheese?
I did a shot of mambo sauce with vodka.
I am not hating on that idea. It's just never
could
been
work.
broached.
Wait, grilled
to
cheese
me
with
before.
mambo sauce would be
Grilled-
amazing.
No,
There's cheese
you
on a
dip the
pizza.
grilled
Why wouldn't it work
cheese.
on grilled cheese?
You
Okay,
dip the
Michael.
grilled cheese in the mambo sauce.
How about
Mumbo.
mumbo?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
grilled cheese. Grilled cheese.
He's speaking some gospel
He
over
is.
there.
He yells
right
at me all the time because I always say mambo.
Mumbo.
Mumbo sauce with fried chicken skins, cranklins, with mambo sauce in the grilled cheese.
In the grilled cheese?
So you get the skins. You have like
shit,
you have
the pasteurized
Crispies.
chef is
You have, like,
fucking-
Can you tell I'm hungry? I want some grilled
You
cheese.
have
Add
like,
it,
it's
son.
not just like a
was-
skin, but
that's
you have
what was
the
on my
crunchies.
mind.
Holy
You have
shit.
you have like cracklins that you turn into like little Rice Krispie treats, and you put that with the grilled cheese and some mumbo sauce.
Mumbo, baby.
What do you think about that? Is that good? Is that, I would like the
I was
texture.
just thinking like an
Like, that's dope.
kind of like treating the mumbo like an au jus and taking your grilled cheese and dipping
that's
it in. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you
I'd
add
do
some
it.
more acid to it and make it vinegary like a barbecue sauce. And then you dip in it.
Patent pending on all this, motherfuckers.
I would
We're
stick
out there.
my
We're
balls
watching.
into that shit.
Stick it in there.
And then try to lick your own balls. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm old enough, but
You
they
don't
might
look that
dangle. They
flexible.
might dangle. I'm not that
oh.
flexible at all.
Wait a second.
Wait, can we stop with
Yeah.
that ball licking shit?
Bamatry. Eddie, what's your
Bamatry.
safe word?
I don't know. Grilled cheese tree is pretty good.
It's a tough one to follow, man.
Mine'll be crackling.
Crackling. I love that. I love that. Not a pork rind, baby.
Release the cracklins.
Release the crackling.
Now, is it chicken crackles or pork crackles?
Oh, pork.
I'm not, yeah,
chicken
really?
what?
Come on.
Chicken
now.
crackles. Fuck y'all. Chicken crackles is shit.
I can honestly say I've never had a chicken crackling in my life.
Have you had fried chicken?
Me neither.
Oh, you talking about like the joints in the
skin,
bottom of the box
skin,
of Popeyes,
yeah,
the
that's
skin
motherfuckers,
joints?
yeah, it's fucking-
Yeah, the shit I have to fight my kids for because they're like, Daddy,
Yeah.
I'm just going to eat the skin. And I'm like,
Crackles are the skins or the fat, the chicharrones of the animal, which you deep fry. So you take the skins off, you dehydrate them or whatnot, or you cook them down. Somehow you refry them, and they're crunchy, and they're fucking delicious. You can buy them in the store, the bag.
But you got to have the teeth for them. Because, like, sometimes, man, you get some cracklings, man.
yeah, you get the chicharrones.
I was like, they're like jawbreakers,
Well, no,
man.
you're talking about you're thinking
Only
of
the molars.
You're thinking of the you're thinking of the pork
Yeah.
rinds. You're thinking of the pork rinds. Pork rinds
the
are just
chicharrones, like the
yeah, but
like
the chicharrone
oh.
is kind of like
No.
the
Those
pork
are,
rinds are like the tight little fucking anals of fucking like they stay tight as shit.
No. I think you have it backwards.
No, I don't.
No.
How are you gonna? Are you fucking serious?
Are you fucking serious?
Are you gonna argue with me about fucking food? Are you?
That is it.
I'm done with you.
We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Okay. My safe word's gonna be
Bamatry. Bamatry. Hold on. Bamatry.
okay.
You're beating up on it.
Chicharron.
Chicharron.
is my safe word.
Yo,
Michael, you wanna-
crackling, chicharron,
Yeah.
grilled cheese tree. Man, I'm feeling lagging behind with Bamatry this week.
You have a safe?
Oh, is your safe word?
Ho.
Oh. As in the garden utensil or the hobby?
The hobby. The hobnobbing
I almost
hobby.
called it an occupation, but no.
You don't get paid for that shit.
No, actually, I think technically hoes do it for money, sluts do it for fun. If you're into using
Well,
those
that's
words.
not-
If you're into
that's-
using those words, which I am not.
That's not.
Which I am not.
I am a slut.
Thank you. You do it for the thrill. You don't do it for money.
I do it for
The thrill. Because
Yeah.
you like,
I like moisture.
yeah. Moisture can never be a safe word. I'm decreeing that right now.
Why? That's like one of my favorite words of all time is moisture.
How come moisture's okay to say, but
Moist.
No, moist is not okay.
No, like we have an argument on the show all the time about
It's
the
right
word
up there with kumquat.
moist. No, kumquat's
Although
like,
a moist kumquat is quite enjoyable.
Ooh.
This is the irony of it. For real.
you know, speaking of ironing, I looked at my iron board and it was wrinkled.
oh,
I'm the one that's supposed to be telling the dad jokes in here.
And
I really
I
need
thought
you
of
to
the-
find another
I
corner
thought
to
of the
work.
honor-
I need you to find another corner, bro.
Let's do shots. Let's do a round of
boy.
Yeah, let's do shots. Oh,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
so
round of
on my
tequila?
shout out to everybody that marched yesterday, that protested, demonstrated around the
Huzzah.
country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know,
Huzzah.
separating families. I honestly, you are
Vodka, no tequila.
you are a next level inhuman. There isn't a word like troglodyte is actually an insult to troglodytes. If you are the kind of person that thinks that for any reason it's okay to take children away from their parents. I have a son and a daughter. If you even joked about it, I would be fucking you up.
I agree.
And so for
yeah.
anybody with kids to try to justify that shit on any level. And you know what sucks is in 2018, the phrase a special place in hell has been overused. It's lost all of its shit. We need to find something new. Like all of those people, I think if you support this policy on any level.
You should die.
No, even better.
No, you should die.
No. Listen, hear me out. You should spend X amount of time in one of these fucking summer camps.
Yeah.
Spend a fucking
I
year.
didn't
Spend
like
a fucking year in
Special place in a
a
summer camp.
I didn't like summer
in a
camp when
tent
my
city
parents took
in
me to summer
Texas
camp.
in July. You know what I mean? Like
You think it's
away
hot
from
in
the
DC?
people that you love.
You think it's hot in DC? Go to Texas.
Well, it's a dry heat.
Don't give me that shit about dry
dude,
heat
come
bullshit.
on now, motherfucker. I'm just like, yeah. That's
Dry
what they always
heat
say.
is fucking-
That's like in DC. It's not the heat. It's the humidity. It's
No,
the
bitch
opposite
is
of
hot.
that.
Bitch is hot.
You know,
It is
but
hot.
no, for real. Like seriously, for Scrotus and for this fucking evil Keebler elf and all that shit, the best fate in the world for them would be to have all of their shit stripped from them and be forced to live in this fucking type of existence.
Agreed.
Only thing would be better would be to make them wear pink jumpsuits.
It's fun.
And send their kids to Mexico.
No, it's fun.
Send their kids to Mexico. Go.
Can we just cheers
we
to the
cheers?
pink jumpsuits? That
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Pink jumpsuit shout out.
I'd rock a pink jumpsuit.
Oh, shout out to Jill Strickland. Hope you're listening, watching.
Like, they're mad that fucking they kicked out Sarah Sanders and all these people from a.
Oh, from the Red Hen. Shout out to Red Hen in VA.
But here's the thing: you created this atmosphere. Like, this is what you created.
If a baker can't, if a bakery can refuse service
Well, they
to,
even kicked out Joe Biden from a bakery one
Yeah,
Chris
time.
the
no kidding.
Baker, right?
And they
Yep.
cheers him.
The
I'm like,
epitome of hypocrisy.
you can't fucking have it one way and then the other way. Like,
It's a good
first
point.
of all,
That's a
nobody
good
kicks
point, but-
Biden out of anything.
but here's the thing: like, they're fucking like,
No, I'm kidding.
like their amnesia of this fucking culture or culture with 3 Ks. Their culture with 3 Ks.
Yeah.
But you
Culture
can't,
with
Culture.
but you can't culture. But you can't have it one way and
That
then
was
when
full of
it turns around, you can't be like, oh, fucking the humanity. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, seriously, go fuck yourself with a bag of dicks.
oh the humanity.
Like, you can't. Like, here's the thing: don't. Like, don't go to a Mexican restaurant when you put a bunch of kids who are
Oh,
Mexican.
that's the thing I
That's
think
the
that actually
funniest-
got me the most
It's like-
is that homegirl I don't know which was worse. She had never actually been on site to see any of the conditions that these kids were living in, and she had the nerve to go to a Mexican restaurant.
I mean, really, any restaurant. She has the nerve to show her face in any restaurant.
I
with a
mean,
kitchen.
people got to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People got to
Exactly.
eat, but she should have gone to like a fucking.
Sometimes Irish people shouldn't talk.
Oh yeah,
Giant
I told
food
them. I told them you
delivery,
were
whatever.
Irish, Eddie.
Peapod.
I mean, who you think's working back a house?
We were so oppressed as a people.
My people have suffered. No blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Mashed potatoes.
Hey, can we just talk about some history here for a second? Because
Sure.
let's
I mean,
talk about like why
sounds like we are, so
there
go
is an exodus, and the U.S. has been messing with Central America and South America forever, right? Right? Forever.
Oh yeah,
Politically,
installing people
Politically,
and
economically,
Ooh, I had a right ear.
the drug war,
Anna laughed. Did you
all
hear
of
that?
it. All of it, right?
Anyway,
so
dude,
it's
we
like
don't like brown people.
look at some history and figure out like, well, why is there this exodus? Why are people coming to the border? Like, what's going on? Like,
right there.
and what is our complicity in this? What did the United States do to precipitate
I
this?
mean, you have to imagine these are situations where, like, I didn't do anything, but it sounds really awesome in this too. So, like, you have people that are fleeing countries that they're basically torn between corrupt governments and cartels and gangs. And the situation is so, I mean, like in America, if there's a cartel or a gang that's fucking with you, you can turn to the government, i.e. law enforcement, whatever, and they are supposed to come in theory, and deal with this problem. But when all three of those things are corrupt,
Right.
and you are just trying to live a decent life, and you are either join us or die is basically what is being presented to you.
You go to the cops, and the cops call the cartel on you.
Yeah, exactly. And they cut your head off.
But let's look at the source. So like, why is the cartel so powerful? The cartel has money. Where are they getting the money from? Where are they selling those drugs? They're selling those drugs in the United States of fucking America,
That are-
right?
that
And how did the cartels get into that position? Because the United
Lobbyists.
States has had such fuckery with the governments in Central America for 100 years that has allowed that. So you can't just be like, oh, it's not our problem.
You know what we need? We need a Central American historian to come on the show and break down like everything.
Exactly.
Noriega,
Yes,
know,
sir.
Chavez, like somebody that just really knows their shit.
Yeah.
That can really kind of get into like, especially from like the 1950s through the 80s, where I feel like is that 30-year period
The
was
Bay of Pigs and all
the
that shit.
most, the most significant and
I mean, it was a battleground for the Cold War, right? Right? Bay of Pigs.
No, it was
all of
absolutely
it. It was a battleground for the Cold War, right? And so we prevail in the Cold War, and then we're like, peace, peace. Your society's in shambles. We won. Cool. Tight. It's collateral damage from the Cold War, and the United States has never lived up to their obligations, right? The United States just bounced after the Berlin Wall fell.
'cause we
It's
went
like,
no responsibility.
cool, we won.
Yeah,
we
we
won.
done-
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. We want the cocaine. We want the cocaine for our nightclubs, but peace.
Yeah,
We don't care.
We
if
don't want
it
to fix anything else.
completely
We don't want to fix anything.
dissolves your society, right?
And we want to
and
want
that's
people here.
that's the thing where it's like, look, you're an American. If you're alive right now, you benefited from winning the fucking Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
Start thinking about where we fucked up around the world. In Asia, in the Middle East, in Africa, Central America, South America.
Canada, I think, is the only place where we haven't like.
Well,
gone
we're doing
and
it now.
Shoved our dicks in, but
Oh,
yeah,
we're doing
here
it
we
now.
go.
So speaking about shoving our dicks in, we are going to take a break. We'll come back in a few minutes. Please come back. We're going to talk to Will.
Stick around.
We'll be back.
Sorry for getting heavy there.
No.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the DC as Folk Show. Bop. I would like to thank our sponsors, Chuck Evans, fucking Marlon Griffith, OneLoveMassive.com, Can of Wood, and Grindstone Universal. My co-host,
Crushing Boo.
Hi, Boo. Oh, I got a gift for you.
Oh, you have a gift? Present for moi.
The present for the moi.
Oh, nice.
I found him upstairs.
Excellent.
You're welcome. Excellent. Is that a word?
Crackling.
Stole it from Guar.
Crackling.
Rest in peace, Odors.
I'm confused.
It's a Guar thing. You wouldn't understand.
No.
If only we could play Guar on here without getting sued.
You know, I knew
love me
I know what Guar is, but did I really saw him during Empire Records?
Was Guar in Empire?
Yes.
What? Really?
They were part of the dude's fucking hallucinogens. When he fucking ate mushrooms.
Shit.
Oh, shit. I got to go back and watch that now.
Shout out to Guar.
Oh,
It
shout out
was
to
act-
Guar.
It was
Shout out
actually-
Jim Thompson.
it-
Shout out Richmond.
Do you know those guys? Do you know?
I know Jim. I don't know the Guar guys.
How do you know Jim?
DC guy, man.
Oh,
Rest
is
in
it?
peace,
Present
Dave.
show, yeah.
So here's
Present
the thing.
shows, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Multiflora Productions.
What would you consider yourself? Or like how long you been in DC?
23 years.
So introduce yourself real fast.
If I may.
Would you like to introduce him?
before
Go
that.
fucking go ahead.
Well, because I met. I
Do
feel
the
like
proper
Will
introduction.
and I. I feel like Will and I met during the Buzz days.
Oh,
The Nation.
Oh,
the-
shit.
the
Scott Henry?
Buzz
Long time
era.
ago.
Scott Henry.
You know,
Capitol Ballroom.
Capitol Ballroom, and
Yes, sir.
But I know
I used
that
to drive up from
you've
Delaware
got
back
you've
in
got
the day.
some history before that. So why don't you tell
Like
us
who,
all a
what,
little
who
bit.
Oh, yeah,
fuck
okay,
was-
okay.
ladies and gentlemen, Will Easton.
So me in a nutshell. So I've been in D.C. since 1995, and I moved here to go to grad school at George Washington University. Before that,
G-Dub.
I went to college in Minneapolis at the University of Minnesota. I grew up in Wisconsin in a small town called Neenah.
Neenah.
And I started playing music in bands when I was 15. My parents owned a music venue in that town called the
shit.
Ridgeway Saloon, and
We'll say it again.
I kind of grew up in bars.
What was the
in
name of
What
your-
was the name of the venue?
The Ridgeway.
Is it still there?
No, it's still there, but it's a different ownership, different name. But like,
Cool.
How cool was that as a kid?
Green
though?
Day played there on their first
He's a
US
product of
tour.
his environment.
But
yeah.
as a kid, how cool was it? Your parents owned a fucking music venue.
Did
you know what?
appreciate
I'll
it?
I'll tell you straight up. It was cool, but at the same time, like, I grew up in bars.
I grew up in a pool hall. My parents had pool halls. As I
It
was
was
a kid.
tough. It was tough a little bit. You know, I was the only child, and
A lot of the time,
so
yeah.
a lot of times they'd drag me to festivals and bars and nightclubs, and I just kind of like lived in my own music world.
Yeah.
Music was my connection to that, because when you're like 10 and 11, you're not doing this, right? You're not an adult. Your brain
You're
isn't
just focusing
wired that
on-
way.
Yeah.
And so my connection was video games and music.
It's fucking awesome.
So I went to college, University of Minnesota, and I studied anthropology, which basically qualifies you to go
Be a
to
bartender.
graduate school or to work in a used bookstore. So I worked in a used bookstore because I wanted to play in my
Which
shitty
bookstore?
indie rock bands. It was called Booksmart, all one word, yeah. So it was a secondhand bookstore, so I became a book buyer there, and then pretty quickly I rose through the ranks and became a manager of my own location in St. Paul, Minnesota. And
Man.
Oh, did they had multiple?
yeah, they had multiple. Yeah,
How cold is that
It's
place?
cold as fuck. The guy who ran this had secondhand record stores and bookstores. So he had this big warehouse in St. Paul. It took up an entire floor of this warehouse. It was all filled with like records and books.
That's really
And so
cool,
I would go
though.
there and just go through literally like pallets stacked 6 feet high
That would be awesome.
with fucking like
that part's not
saran,
awesome.
big saran wraps. And I'd get my box cutter out and cut in and be like, okay, what's the shit and what's good?
I got a question for you. I feel like I need to ask this of anybody that grew up between Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah.
A, can you ice skate?
Fuck no.
What?
Come
Well,
on.
then that totally eliminates question number 2. Do you play hockey?
I watch hockey.
You like hockey?
I do. I mean, the Caps.
Did you enjoy that?
Fuck yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. I'm not sports wise. I'm a music and arts guy, but
Right.
I appreciate that communal aspect of getting in a room and experiencing something
The
with a
same
lot
thing,
of
yeah.
people and getting excited about it.
That was fucking amazing.
I thought
Yeah.
that ice skating was like a prerequisite for first grade in
In
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Like you skated before you walked.
Yeah.
Did you not catch the part where my parents owned bars and nightclubs, and
No,
I
I
was
saw that.
basically
which I feel like
no,
is-
they
that's
weren't
your-
taking me to hockey practice, dog.
They were taking
There was no getting up. There was no getting up at 6
They
in
could've
the morning
stayed up
for
and
practice
taken
No, there was no
because you
getting
were
up at
just getting
6 in the
off of
morning
work.
for shit.
We woke up at
We were
12
just getting
o'clock.
off of work.
Wait, we got to take you to school. At what time? Fuck this shit. So continue. So Minnesota?
So, yeah,
Grad
you-
school?
Yeah, Minnesota. So I went to Minnesota because they had a great music scene. That was the whole reason I went there. So a lot of people from my high school went to Madison, University of Wisconsin, Badgers, and I was just like, "There's no way I'm going there," because it'd be like the 13th year of high school. So
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to Minnesota, and me and a bunch of my friends moved up there, and we lived in a group house in South Minneapolis, and I was the only one going to college. I moved there with 3 friends, and they were all musicians. We'd played together in bands, and they kept playing in their bands, and I was trying to go to school, and we had this great house. We'd have parties in the basement. Our
How
bands
much
would
pussy
practice
did you
there.
get back then?
Well, I mean,
You're playing with 3 musicians, you yourself. Come on. You don't have to answer the questions.
I never had a problem with the
This
ladies.
is where your safety word kick in. This is where the safety
This
word.
is where, this is perfect time to pull the trigger on the safe word.
Hey, you don't have. I'm going to ask you.
I already told you I never had a problem with the ladies.
Fair
But
enough.
you know, it's like after a year or 2, I was like, look, if I'm going to graduate from college,
I can't get
I
the
need
fuck
to.
away from you.
So I did that, and then, but I ended up playing in bands. That's why I ended up in the secondhand bookshop instead of going to grad school, because I wanted to play in bands, and I had a couple. Some of them were better than others. Obviously, none of them made it because you've never heard of any of them. But
And you're sitting here with us.
But we did play with some cool artists. I opened for Velocity Girl from DC
Nice.
once. That was a great show. Got to meet Archie, and so when I moved out here, I already knew somebody. So came here for grad school, and then I was just in it. Like I studied museum studies at George
That was what I was going to
Washington,
ask you, yeah.
And my academic core was American Studies, and I just worked my ass off and landed a job at the Smithsonian where I worked for 10 years.
How was that?
Oh yeah.
I loved it. I loved
Did
my
you
job at the Smithsonian. It's great.
Did you get
Any
a,
particular?
I was at the Museum of American History, and I
That one
landed a
is my
job with
favorite, yeah.
a Center for the Study of Invention and Innovation.
No
Oh, nice.
shit.
Worked on an exhibit on the centenary of the Nobel Prizes, and
I don't think people understand. Like, we have all these museums here, and people actually have
such
to
a
work.
blessing.
We are so spoiled.
We
in
are
this
spoiled.
town.
Like,
So
I'm not gonna lie.
spoiled.
When I lived here the first time 20 years ago, I never went to the fucking museums. I was 20 years old. I didn't fucking do this.
Like the museums in New
Now-
York are amazing.
yeah,
but
they cost
expensive.
$25.
yeah. And
Good
now,
luck getting those Bowie tickets at Brooklyn Museum of Art.
Yeah, and now my second time around, I love going to the museums. Like when my friends come here, I'm like, let's go to fucking the Smithsonian. Like I'm not going to there in space, but the American
Natural History Museum is mine.
Love it.
The American
my
History,
jam.
the Peacock.
Love
That's
them all.
my
Love
jam.
them all. Love 'em
It's
all.
just I saw Van Gogh there like last year.
My
and I was
first
just-
job at the Smithsonian was in 1996, and I was working at the Natural History Museum, and I got to work every day an hour early, so I could just go through the exhibits by myself.
That's awesome.
That whole
That's
summer.
That's
really,
some
I
shit
got
I
to
would
see
do.
that
cool shit right
entire
there.
museum by myself
For free.
Yeah.
That's
for
awesome.
free. It was
That's
a beautiful,
amazing.
beautiful experience.
I love everything about that.
Is it like weird and eerily quiet?
Yeah,
though?
and that's
but
perfect.
it's like
because
Because
there's
I
nobody
can't
like
imagine
that.
a
Yeah,
museum
like
with
Dinosaur
a shit ton
Hall,
of like
the
children
Mammoth
screaming
Hall, the
and running
Gym Hall.
around. And
It's like when I lived in New Orleans, I
just the
walked
din
down
of the
Bourbon
crowd.
Street, not because I was walking down Bourbon Street, because I also realized like this is Bourbon Street. Like I don't know if I'm ever going to come back here, and I would put my headphones on and I would play Band of Gypsies by Jimi Hendrix, and just fucking like if you ever listen to that album of Band of Gypsies, it's fucking amazing. And it's only 30 minutes long, so like I would just walk around like Bourbon Street, Decatur Street. I would walk around New Orleans, listen to Jimi Hendrix, which is one of the best albums of all time, and just like look at the sights and the sounds and the people, just like wow. And
That's
I can imagine being in the museums by yourself with
If
no
I had,
little
yeah,
fucking
great.
bratty
with your own
kids.
music and some earbuds, like
Dude, I would fucking love everything about that. It's awesome as fuck, dude. I love that.
because my number one deterrent about the museums
It's
is
the kids.
crowds.
No offense. I know you guys. have
Absolutely.
kids,
It's
but
not
fuck
even the
it.
kids;
But
it's
fuck
just the
kids.
crowds.
Yeah, yeah.
No
It's just the crowds. People in general are not very observant.
You need a shot.
No, I'm
of
good.
their
I'm good.
personal
Pour a
space.
shot. I just saw you
Yeah,
fucking.
as
I
the-
He
just saw
yawned, so
you
he has to do a
yawning.
shot.
I was wiping
Oh,
sweat
snap.
from
Oh,
my
snap.
brow.
Get a shot down.
Yo, pour me one too.
Let's do it all.
I'll take
It's
one
like
too.
swimming in the ocean. Don't
No
do it
tequila
alone.
for you, right, Will?
Don't do it
No
alone.
tequila for
Kill
me,
for
please.
Marcus.
So how? So how did you go from? How did you? So you come to DC. You're doing museum studies. You're in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
How do you make this transition into
Pinnacle.
the second chapter of music? I guess.
It was a long build. It took me 10 years. So I started DJing the same month I started my job at the Smithsonian. That was June 1998, 20 years ago.
Nice.
And after 10 years, I sort of did it on the side. And then after 10 years, I had created a career for myself as a DJ.
So where were the places that you would DJ at?
Yeah, like where did you cut your teeth? Where did you get started? Like
The-
some of your favorite places when
yeah,
you first
so
started
I
getting
DJed
going.
at the Black Hat and
Shout out to Black
the
Hat.
Galaxy Hut and
Shout out to Galaxy Hut.
Metro Cafe. All right.
That's where I met you at the
shout
Cat.
out. Rest in peace, Nick Nichols.
Yeah. R.I.P. Nick. Yeah, Nick. So Nick gave us all our chance. You know. Bill,
yeah, we talked
Bill
about that.
Spieler, who owns DC9.
Shout out to Bill Spieler.
DJ Dread, Lil E, Mark Zimmon.
Lil
I love
E.
all of these people.
All these cats who came up in the late 90s DJing. If you weren't DJing like hip hop or top 40 or house music or techno, or like if you weren't in with like the nation scene, if you were just kind of like trying to do something different, and I had no idea how to DJ. I started DJing because I was a promoter and I did a series where I paired bands and DJs. Then one of my DJs couldn't make it, so I ended up filling in, and I grabbed a bunch of records from my collection, and I just played them. It's like, okay, try not to leave too much gap in between the songs. And
I love that you
I've-
just records.
Yeah,
I
that
fell in
was
love
my
with it.
You had
question.
me- I choked
that
up
was
on-
going to
on
be
the
my
word
question.
records,
Before you
like-
said records, I'm going to say, was it records or CDs? And he said records. I'm like,
Hey,
I remember
no
DJs
CDs.
complaining about sore. I remember,
no, but the fact you said I had grabbed my records just made
Records.
me
I remember
fucking
DJs
hard.
complaining
I love-
about their backs being tired from carrying
All the
crates of
rec-
records. And
Vi-
having
yeah,
like,
vinyl's
I
heavy.
have friends who
Right,
tell me their
and-
Vinyl's
records
heavy.
would melt and shit.
I knew
and
DJs
like,
that
so-
literally
Leave that shit in
had
your
someone
car,
that
it's wasted.
came along with them to carry their
because they're
fucking
wax.
shit.
They're actually wax.
I didn't
got
have
4
anybody to
crates of
carry my
records,
shit.
and I'm not carrying them from the car all the way into
Nobody
the fucking
carried my
venue.
shit. I carried my shit.
Yeah, but I knew a few that like had a dude. He was like the squirrel.
Squirrel.
Like he just. What's this guy do? He carries my shit.
So you're making so Where were you at when you actually jumped on for the first time?
Like, where do you feel
It
like
was,
things
it
really
was
kind of blew up?
at the Black Cat, the
That was
old
when-
Black Cat. Remember how they used to scale the
There's
room
an
in
old
the
Black Cat?
in the back?
Favorite
yeah.
party.
Yeah, it's a coffee shop now.
Oh, the,
Or
old,
it's-
the
oh, wait,
original
no, it's
Black
a
Cat.
hair-
Yeah, the original. Is it
It's
is it the
Masa
hair?
14
Is it Immortal
now.
Oh, it's
Beloved
Masa 14.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
the
right. That's
original
right. Yeah.
Black Cat is where Masa 14 is.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
It was
they
one
moved.
further
Yeah.
down. Was it the Black?
Was it Mazda 14?
It was
one- It was
Mazda
one
I
of
could
those
swear it was
one
storefronts
further
that's
down.
Like,
No. It was because there's where Pilar is, then there's that space that you're
Shout out to
thinking
Bar
of.
Pilar. Aaron, what's up?
Are you sure it
There's
was
the
Monster
space that you're-
14?
Yes.
No wonder all the
well,
bartenders
internet. This
from
is
the
on
Cat.
the internet. So if Boo's
come
wrong,
in.
correct us.
Yeah,
Let us know
correct
what
us.
space was the
pretty
Black
sure,
Cat.
yeah.
I
But
was
I'm
thinking it was the
99%
coffee
sure.
shop, but you may be right. I think
When they
I think
redid
Masa
the
14.
when they redid that space and it was Masa, the bartenders from the Cat used to walk down there and beeline for the bathroom and wink at me on their way back, like I'm going to the office, to the nice bathrooms.
Cocaine. Sorry.
No, not the Cat.
No,
Not that crew.
nope.
Not
No,
that
I'm
crew.
talking about Masa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure.
I was like, not the Black Cat
I
crew.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, shout out to my peoples over there.
I love all of you.
But so okay,
so continue.
favorite party at Black Cat.
At the
Oh,
old Black.
favorite
Was it-
party at Black
was
Cat.
it- was it-
So,
Did you
God,
used to do Cry Fest?
a whole lot. No, that's Stevie P. He's,
Oh, that's right,
He's
yeah.
the 80s
Sorry,
guy.
Steve.
But
Steve-
but Steve, I think Steve started
Stereo
at Metro
Faith.
too. I think. No, that's Steve. That
Stereo
Stereo
Faith.
Faith is a different Steve. So
Get your Steve's
But
right.
who
fuckers.
used to do Cure versus the Smiths?
that's Stevie P. Not
that
Stereo
would be
Faith.
Yeah.
fucking
Steve EP.
What?
Right,
Yes,
not
you're right.
Stephen
Hold on,
Faith.
Shout out,
hold
sorry,
on.
He
sorry,
still
Steve.
does
Hold
that.
up. He
He's
does
still
the
doing that.
Smiths
Yeah.
first. What?
Smiths versus the Cure was a fucking staple.
Yeah, yeah,
Epic
yeah.
as fuck.
Don't they still do
Staple
that
of
once in
Black
a
Cat.
long
They
time?
do.
Yeah.
They still do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still do.
Sorry.
And that was Stephen Faith,
The
right?
balls in
Stevie
my
P.
face.
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie P, not Stephen Faith.
Not
Not
Stephen
Stereo
Faith.
Faith.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Stephen Faith did another party there on the backstage called Sorted, and Steve was a regular guest
Oh,
DJ.
he has
at
another
Bliss
one too, though.
A lot.
There-
Steve was there all the time.
Yeah, Steve was there all the time.
We
yeah.
got, I
Yeah,
would
we're
like to have
homies.
him on sometime too. That'd be fun.
You should. You should.
Steve
Steve's
could
got.
talk because Steve is one of those guys that can talk like DJ history, but also he's like an old school DC hardcore kid.
He is, and but he can also
And-
talk to you about DC Sound Clash, the whole reggae scene.
Oh,
where people
yeah,
would bring
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking
My man
sound
is- my
system.
man is versed,
and that's something.
and his shoe
needs
game is
to
pretty
be
fucking
So,
sick.
his
do you need to
van.
connect
He's-
us
he's
with
a
these
Yeah,
guys
he's
and
a-
have them?
For sure.
He's a
Oh, I got you.
talented
I got
dude.
you. Definitely, man.
Yeah,
You should
Shout
have
out Stereo Faith.
Because I
him
mean,
on
this is what we want to introduce like old DC to new DC. Because let's be honest, it's coming. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's here already.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
here.
It's here
yeah,
already.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Chocolate City is now Swirl City.
Molly and I have been talking about this for 4 years. Like, we need to start telling the story of our story.
Yeah.
Of your history and your history. Like,
Yeah.
I've been here off
Transition DC.
and on. I've been here off and on for 20 years. But you guys have been here for 20, 40 years. Like, you guys have fucking been here. So it's our time. If we don't tell the story, someone else is going to tell the
Sure.
story.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and like, that's
Yeah.
why I was so fascinated. And like, when Boo brought the idea of bringing you on, I couldn't wait to bring you here and just hear these fucking stories.
I was excited too.
No,
Ask
like,
me anything. I'm an open book.
hear
What
the
do you want
three
to
of-
know?
But just hearing the three of you talk about like the Black Cat and just like Steve and like just the story is going. Like, I still want to hear like your progression, but like, this is awesome. Like, to me, like, this is awesome.
We don't like to throw the word legend around.
I was going to actually put that. Do you
But
feel?
you might be a bit
Nah.
of an. You
You
might
might
be.
be
How about
a
this? Will you
local-
accept the phrase "a minor institution"?
Well,
Well, at least
I
you're-
may
at
be
least
an
you're-
institution
Well, for
simply
sure.
by
Your
fact
venue-
that I've
no
been
question,
doing this
man.
for 20
I mean,
years.
your
So
ven-
I
your
guess
venue
20 years is an
definitely-
institution.
I mean, here's the thing: me not knowing you at all, but knowing like what you produce,
Knowing of.
like I've been a chef, like I said, off and on in DC for 20 years. I've been in the bar and club scene off and on for 20 years in this city, and I know you street music. Like I know like what you just had like 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
What you had 2 weeks ago? Who was there 2 weeks ago?
Well, you know, we had Rare Essence and
who?
Clutch playing as Small Upsetters.
No shit.
Yes.
Like
This is
two
the
of my
t-shirt
favorite
that they made
fucking
right here.
bands.
Hey, Mike.
Right here. Can we get this T-shirt right here? This was a limited edition 100 made of
Hey,
this
Mike.
T-shirt.
Stand up,
Yeah,
stand
yeah.
up.
Where do I need to stand up and show you? Which way?
Just fucking stand up.
Bartender needs ice.
Ice around the corner.
For what?
For what?
For what?
So they posted this on Twitter, and I was like, "Save me one!" And they saved me one. I was
I know,
so
it's just-
fucking
But
delighted.
that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, but that's just the thing. Like, fucking, I don't know you from. If we were walking down the street, I wouldn't have known you. But like we're friends on Facebook. We do social media shit.
Sure,
but,
man.
Like, to fucking actually have you come on and listen to what you came from. Fucking, like Minnesota and all that shit. and
Yeah,
come out here.
for as long as we've known each other, I didn't know
Yeah.
that your roots, and I find like that whole part of it is it's
awesome as
compelling.
fuck.
It adds to the story.
So I need more.
To the man, the myth, the legend, and the fact that like for real, person to person, you're a really humble guy. We have shot
You
the
are.
shit. Over a cigarette, like
not-
in our
it's not
favorite
about
watering
you.
hole, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just,
yeah.
you're a dude. You're a man. You're living your dream. You're doing your thing.
I'm very fortunate.
You acknowledge your fortune. You are humble about it, and I appreciate.
Did you ever
Cheers.
hang out with Scott
Appreciate
Henry?
that.
Yeah.
Is he blind now? I hear he's blind.
So he had a I mean I don't know. If
I love
this
his
is, like,
music, by the way.
General knowledge. He had some medical condition that affected his eyes, and it's tough for him to DJ and to select records. And you're talking about the carrying records things. The last couple times I've seen him DJ, he's had somebody help him in the booth.
That's
which
what
is,
I've heard.
Which is
That's
cool.
actually what I've heard.
Wow.
Which is cool.
Dude.
Yeah,
So I
it's
gave
like
us
a
a-
really rare medical thing where he had some sort of
So I used to come
Yeah.
from Delaware, and I used to come up here for rave.
but legend. You want to talk about legend? Scott Henry.
Scott Henry's absolutely-
legit
Will,
legend.
let me ask you a question.
Legit legend.
Will, let me ask you a question. Were you there for the last buzz?
I was.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Right. My second question: do you remember the last buzz?
I do. I do.
Oh,
I do.
you're in a rare fucking
I do.
category.
Did you go to the last bus?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do you remember it? No.
I remember showing up. I remember doing a few rounds because it was one of those crazy nights where there were so many people there.
This was the
I
last night of
literally
fucking
just
Buzz.
did laps around the club. I would start on the bottom floor, work my way around, go up to the second floor, go up to the third floor, and then start all over again. So that was the only way that I was ever gonna. I saw like 1 million people, but all for like 30 seconds. I must have dapped 4,000 people that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hugged 4,000 people that night in rapid succession. You know what I mean?
I love it.
It's
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. You cannot beat the communal music experience. To me,
Or the pressed pills.
There's nothing better. Well,
Shout out to Double Stack Mitsubishis.
well, I
Oh,
mean,
the Rolls Royce was a close second.
I don't know. Which one did you like? Did you like
drugs
the
help.
Rolls? What was your favorite?
Double Stack Mitsubishis, most consistent.
Were they?
I
Most
heard that the
consistent.
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi
were
Double
were
the
Stack
shit, yeah.
Mitsubishis were
They're-
the most
they're good.
consistent.
So you guys are from. I would come
You
up from.
kinda knew-
I would come
you
up from
always pretty much
Delaware.
knew what you were gonna get.
We
Yeah.
came from We would
Yo, boo,
journey.
you got any?
Shit. Whoa, you're like 20 years too late on that, bro. Like, oh.
So we would journey from the beach up here to come to Nations or Buzz or any club like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. From
And-
Delaware?
Yeah, man.
yeah. Dewey?
I'm from Rehoboth area.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
Same thing. Dewey's
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
But we would like 6, 7 in the car. We were 19, 18, 20, and we come to the clubs and go see Scott Henry. Fucking
yeah.
Where were you living?
in Rehoboth.
Rehoboth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you,
2.5, 3 hour
I've
drive.
snorted or
Nicest
done
cop I
something
ever
with
saw
you.
was in Rehoboth.
The what?
Nicest cop I ever saw.
The
Rehoboth.
nicest cop?
Nicest cop ever.
You're full of shit.
This drunk, belligerent ass motherfucker.
You're
This
full
cop
of shit.
was
I
like,
had
"Would
been
you like a
beat.
ride home?"
I had that is some bullshit. Rehoboth cop. Fuck you, Rehoboth cops. You all fucking suck. I hate all of
He
you.
straight up.
Fuck you.
I thought this dude was gonna get clubbed, but the cop was like, "No, man,
Just
it's
give
cool.
me another drink."
Just give the server your keys. I'll drive you home." I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
awesome.
Why are
I've
you
never
trying to
seen
give the
that in
white man
Rehoboth.
my drink, Edward?
Because I'm white. And he's Irish.
Bammetry.
Bammetry. So anyway, I'm gonna go back. So we have you now in this storyline as you DJing at the Black Cat.
Yeah.
Keep
Yes. So explain the train. Yeah.
So what happened was I didn't set out to be a DJ. I played in bands, right? So I was like an indie rock. I was a punk rock kid, and then I played the progression as it went to indie rock, right? In the early '90s, I was going to Pavement and Sebadoh shows and
Like
Pixies.
Pavement.
Was that
Sebadoh.
really indie rock,
You
though?
really like? Are you a Sebadoh fan for real?
I was.
I love Dinosaur Jr. I could not get into
I ride for
Sebadoh.
Lou Barlow, man. He got kicked out of Dinosaur Jr. in a weird fucking way.
I would've kicked
And then
him
he
out of
made a
Dinosaur
couple really good records, man. He made some really good records in '93.
Maybe in my
That song,
mid
Skull,
40s, I could
so good.
appreciate some Sebadoh.
You're in
but
your mid 40s. What the fuck you
I
waiting
don't
on?
think so, man.
Dinosaur Jr. Freak Scene. I got that 12-inch SST record.
12-inch.
Fucking
Sorry.
so great.
What
I remember
would-
playing that in my room to my friends. They're like, "Holy shit,
Dude, I saw
It's
some
like a precursor of shoegaze. It's fucking precursor of so much shit."
total non sequitur. I saw a band at DC9. It was singer, guitarist, Dinosaur, and the drummer from Rocket from the Crypt.
Oh shit, they were a great band.
And it was a bassist
great
from
band.
another band that was like some other band. I can't remember, but it was like but like this power trio shit that was like amazing.
That's
but
dope.
anyway,
That's
so
dope.
you're DJing at Black Cat. How do we get from Black Cat to U Street Music Hall?
Well, so first, I wasn't trying to DJ. I filled in for this guy, and then ended up loving it. And very quickly, I realized that I can DJ. We don't need to have the bands. Lots of other bands.
Saving money.
As
But
someone in
you
a
saw
band, I'm
saving
so offended
money.
by
booking
that.
band.
As a chef, I
930
see
Clubs
you're
booking
saving.
band. It's
As
like,
someone
holy
who's
shit.
in a band,
Bands are
I
expensive.
object.
Like, holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
object.
I see the saving money.
Grilled
aspect.
cheese a tree. Grilled cheese a tree.
Yo, that's my safe word.
Son of a bitch.
That's my safe word.
God damn
Some
it.
of
Well,
a
I
bitch
mean,
that
it is
took
cheaper.
my job away
It's
from
cheaper.
me.
But no,
That is some straight grilled cheese a tree, Your Honor.
No. But it's funny because
With
at
tomato
that-
jam.
At that time, it created a real schism. It created a real schism because people were like, "Wait a second, you're playing other people's records in a club. There's no band. Like, is this
Yeah.
art? Like, and so hold on a second." And there was a real divide because people were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, why is Will Eastman doing his party at the Black Cat backstage on a Saturday when a real band could be doing that night?" And I'm like, "Look,
Because it's
hold
fucking
on.
$500.
Hold on.
I would
It's
be lying.
$500 cheaper.
I
It's
would
a
be lying
different
if I
fucking
said,
thing, right?
I would be lying if I said I wasn't in the category of people that asked that question.
Of course.
But he's right.
At
It's,
one point.
it's $500 cheaper to fucking
I've
have
been on the other
a
side
really
of it
good
now, I
DJ
get
as
it.
opposed to
course.
fucking a
Of course.
5-piece band.
Of course. And we would have parties where we'd have guest bands, and I now have a venue that has bands and DJs. It's not an either-or thing. It's like apples and oranges to me, but it was like hard to explain to people why Dante at the Black Hat would have this party and not a band. And the simple thing is arithmetic, right? It's arithmetic.
Math.
Math.
It's a motherfucker.
I could book a band
Arithmetic.
and ask people, like, would you like to pay $30 to come see this band? Or would you like to see one of them DJ and pay $10? And they'd be like, no, I want to see the band for $10. And I'm like, hold on a second. There are 4 people in that band. The costs are 4 times as high. It should technically be $40, but
Right.
it's what the market determines, right?
Yeah, absolutely
And
right.
for me, I'm like, look, this is a completely different thing. Don't even think of it as a fucking show. It's not a show. There's no show. There was no show at the Black Cat. I showed up in a black T-shirt and jeans. There's no light show. There's no LD. There's no sound tech. It's just playing records and people dance and drink.
Yeah.
Very different than a live show.
When you get to a live show, it's an experience.
Yes.
It's an
And-
event.
and
It's
for-
an event.
for
Well,
me,
a DJ
like-
event's an experience too. It's just a different experience.
Exactly. No, exactly. It's like you pay for.
But they're
the
both a communal
experience.
music experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they have that going where it's connected. But in any case, that figured itself out. There may still be some people. I remember when we first opened U-Haul, there were some people writing on Yelp. It's like, yo, fuck this place, and they're like boom boom, ecstasy music. Like,
I
and
like
it's
the
like,
boom boom,
look,
ecstasy music.
look, like, if you want to see a show, we've got shows, or go to the Black Cat, or go to the 930 Club. It's not an either-or thing. I'm trying to create something for a DJ community that does not currently exist in this city.
Right. 'cause
So-
there
Trying to
was
do
a po-
something that
so-
doesn't
hold on.
already
Because-
exist.
So were you the
Because-
first DJ community system set up for DJs? I mean, were you the first
No,
club
no,
for
no, no.
DJs?
No.
No, God, no.
Well,
God,
In
no.
the city. I'm just saying
God,
in the
no.
city.
I
No,
mean,
no.
Will, correct me if I'm wrong. Between the end of Nation and before the birth of U Street Music Hall, there was a significant deficit
There was.
in terms
And
of
then-
venues for DJs.
and then Club 5
who were
closed.
not on major, you know.
and then
that
Club,
were anywhere
yeah.
close to a warehouse type.
Yeah. Oh,
scene.
when
Yeah,
Club
yeah.
5,
Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
5
So
closed.
what-
you
I
know,
mean,
like
that's
there
why
was,
we
there was a
opened
drought.
U-Haul.
What made you open up U
That
Street?
that thing we just said.
So
I know
we
that, but I
opened-
mean, what was that like? Oh, bitch, fuck off. What was that? Oh,
because there was no place we wanted to
Take a
play,
shot.
right? So I ended up starting a party in 2000 called Bliss at the Metro Cafe.
oh no shit, that was you.
Yeah.
And then
Bliss
Metro
was you?
Yeah,
No
I did
shit.
that party for 15 years, dog.
Yeah, I've been to your party. I've been high many times. No offense.
Awesome. Cool.
And there many a times. Mitsubishi.
Probably sounded better with high.
Mitsubishi. What's my safe word?
Double stack.
Chicharron.
The higher you were, the more you forgave my fuck ups.
Yes.
No train wrecks. Hashtag.
Yes.
No, I had plenty.
Yes.
So
No. Yeah.
So then I moved to Black Cat, right? And I was at Black Cat for 8 years, right?
Okay.
And I was on the backstage of Black Cat, and we would regularly do 400 people in that room, and it was a 200 cap room, and then
Well, that's a lot. You broke the
Were
fucking.
you
It was a lot.
You was on the first floor?
on the first
200
floor,
people,
back
but we got
and back.
400.
You know, you can do turns
I
throughout the night.
understand. I
Yeah.
understand.
So then
Fuck DOH.
fast forward fast forward. So I started my job at Smithsonian in 98, and I quit in 97. And over time, the DJing job
Wait a second, you just went back in time.
just got in the
time
way
travel, that's what we
of
do.
You quit
my...
in 2007. You said you started in 98 and you quit in 97.
No, 2007. Sorry. Whoa.
Okay.
I was just testing you, boo.
I was not paying attention
Thank
at
you.
all for that
Thank
one.
you.
Grilled cheese a tree.
Grilled
Cheese a tree.
Yeah, 07.
With
You're right.
cracklins and chicha, bro.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking hungry right now.
You know, we need to place a sponsor where we can eat after this
We
fucking
do.
show.
Yo, we're looking for sponsors if you have a food
I mean, the
making
diner
place.
in
Tacos,
Alice
please,
Morgan
tacos.
or fucking Ooze and Oz would be fucking
Ooze
amazing.
and Oz.
Oh.
I'd ride for that place.
Ooze
man.
and Oz would be
Ooh
amazing.
and
That's right down the street from fucking you.
Yeah.
That's walking
I've eaten there many
All
times.
right, so shit, we have not got to how you got the fucking.
So basically, I'm doing this party at the Black Cat, and there's like no place for the stuff that me and my friends are interested in.
Yeah.
Like, we're starting to DJ out of town. We're going to clubs with real sound systems, clubs that have like real top-notch DJs, and we're like, in our own hometown,
We have none of this shit.
it does not exist. And I realized over time, it's like, look, nobody's gonna do shit for you.
have to do it
If
for
you
yourself.
want to see it happen, make it happen.
Yeah.
Do something that nobody else is doing. Fill a void in that market, and be a fucking grown ass man and step up and do it. So we pulled together a group of people and opened it, and that's how we.
So you
There
went
was
and
an
got
there was
investors?
an opening.
So you got investors, or you just got your friends?
No, we had five partners, two of my friends, and then they
You guys
introduced
just
me to a
started the money
couple
up?
who were
So-
more investors.
So you
but
don't
they had
owe money to
experiences.
shit to anybody. Like fuck, you owe nothing. So when you open, all right. So when you open a spot, I've opened a restaurant. So opening places like when you open, you're indebted to people. So when you opened, it was you.
You're indebted to people, and you're in debt to yourself, because every hour that you spend on that is an opportunity cost
Yes.
that you're not doing something else. So you're in debt to yourself too.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, it was a huge gamble and
Well,
a
it's
risk.
fucking paid off. I mean, what was it before you?
It was a
It
pool
was a
hall.
pool hall.
Yeah, it was a pool
So it
hall.
was an underground pool hall.
Cue ball, yeah.
Q bar.
Oh, I should
Q
remember
bar,
a
that's
Q
right.
bar.
Yeah,
I
Q
actually
bar.
remember
And that was like a big
Q
deal.
bar.
And that was like a big deal that like a pool hall that had like a bar was opening on U Street, and
Holy
the
shit,
shit
I remember
lasted
that.
When did it
a
close?
minute. It didn't. It wasn't open for very long.
I don't know
from
how
what I
long they were
remember.
open.
It
And
was
that-
from rumor. Allegedly, it was not managed very well. 4 years.
4 years.
That's that's why
Yeah.
you make the
So
big
how long
bucks,
have
man.
you been there?
need that.
8 years.
Man, 8 years.
Whoa.
And you guys have got fucking national
You
all
guys
seems
recognition.
new still.
Rave reviews.
So how many
international
how many
acclaim.
awards have you guys won?
I don't know if we've won any official awards. I mean, we've had accolades on websites
Or
and stuff.
fucking
but-
accolades are enough
I don't
fucking
know.
awards.
I
Oh
can
no,
say-
no! We've got a couple of like City Paper Best Dance Plays, but we don't
I
have
mean,
any
all right,
trophies.
here's the thing. Here's the I read a couple years ago that Washington D.C. had one of the best music scenes in the world.
I
in the
think it
country.
does. I think it does.
Well,
And
and you guys were
venue wise,
In
size
waves.
wise, you
size-wise,
guys
it was-
apparently are
you
like
guys were in the top. You guys were one of the main
in
reasons
terms
why.
of like in terms of size versus like quality of talent coming through the door.
I mean, I've been to a lot of
You
shows
know,
there.
you
and
guys
I'm also a photographer
are
on the
making
side.
waves.
I've recorded a lot of shit at your place, and it's fucking seen a lot of good shows.
I can
there.
tell you, dude. Last time I was there was for Crystal Method,
oh damn!
like a few months ago. Like a few months ago.
I would have loved to go
And
to a
yeah,
Crystal
I
yeah.
can
Method show
tell
there.
you, man, that shit took me back because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
definitely.
remixing. They were
Love them.
remixing just
Love them.
so much. Yeah, so many.
Yeah.
There's a whole genre that's like sort of everything happens in cycles, and maybe this stuff hasn't recycled back through yet.
Crystal Method's dope.
But there's a certain like pocket and beat that these guys were just in, that he was in, and just
Yeah.
So what-
people just don't make this anymore.
What do you see the future of this music, of EDM or anything?
Of dance music,
Yeah. Do you see it going
Well,
back to what we grew up with the 90s? And
it'll continue to evolve. There's always touchstones from the past, right? Like you can't disregard the past,
no.
right? And people will continue to take elements of past musics and develop it into new musics.
wouldn't have
Do you-
hip-hop if
do
we
you see-
didn't.
And
do
I
you-
say
do you
that-
see the Beastie Boys fucking turned into EDM fucking history?
What?
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 I just said Beastie Boys. Do you see the Beastie Boys turning into fucking EDM?
No, because you can't fucking get the rights to any Beastie Boys shit unless you're like
Who owns the Beastie Boy rights?
they
Beastie
do.
Boys? They're
They
smart
do.
as fuck.
They actually like when Adam Young passed away, they actually allegedly sued Monster because during one of their like kind of X Games type events or whatever, they were playing Beastie Boys, and like you cannot sample play any Beastie Boys shit.
So how do you feel about
one
that,
of the things
though?
is that they are not, as a matter of maintaining their integrity, so that you're never going to hear sabotage in a fucking car commercial.
I
or, you
agree with
know,
that.
fucking
But
So
Paul's
What You Want in a fucking
Paul's
toothpaste
Boutique
commercial.
was the most fucking sampled album of all time.
Do you mean they sampled the most?
Yeah, I love the Beastie Boys.
I
they
mean,
were-
Paul's
that,
Boutique, you
Paul's
could not- you
Boutique
could
was a
not-
huge
Well, that-
financial
You could not do
failure.
Paul's-
well, that record was, that
It
record
almost
was,
crushed their entire career.
Paul's Boutique is one of the
They also
best
got-
fucking
they also
albums
got
of all
I agree.
time. Guys.
No,
Don't
hey,
you
hey,
ever say that
stop
again.
I
yelling.
agree,
It
but
is one of the best.
financially it
It
was
is
a
absolutely
huge
one of the best.
failure.
It was a flop.
It was a flop.
Yeah, but
It
they,
was
they
a
were
flop.
completely
One of the
high on
best.
acid.
For a multitude of reasons. Everyone wanted License to Ill Part 2. Well, actually, no.
That was
Beastie
the
Boys-
dopest album of
listen,
all
the
They
time.
Beastie Boys
progressed.
put
They
out License
progressed.
to Ill,
They
and
were
then
like,
they
party-
were like, they laid low for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
And then they came
'Cause they
back with
were
Paul's
completely
Boutique,
high
which
on
was on a
acid.
completely different level.
Because they did acid the whole
and nobody
time
was
for
really
that
quite ready for it.
Paul's Boutique was an album full of acid. If anybody's on acid, we all know how that album was created.
I didn't know what Angel Dust was until I
And
bought
that as
License
well,
to Ill
Angel
on
Dust and
cassette
Acid
when I was like
is what
13.
Paul's Boutique is. Boutique.
Poutine?
Whatever.
You got any poutine?
Chicharron. We all know. That album was fucking amazing.
I still want some grilled
Agreed.
cheese, damn it.
Amazing.
I want some grilled cheese
Grilled
with
cheese.
fucking
mumbo
We need some
sauce.
grilled cheese a tree up in this bitch. Can we get somebody with a Foreman grill to just come in and hang out over here and make food for us, yo? Can we do that?
Well, no, we're kicking them out. We're fucking putting them to a fucking Mexican camp in fucking Texas.
No, we're not.
Oh,
I am not. 'cause
no,
snap.
we're not. No, we're not.
Are you
No.
masturbating the
I'm stroking
microphone?
my fucking microphone. Shut up, Will. You cannot talk to me like that. It's my house. I tell you what to say and do.
What's your safe word?
I forget. Oh, Chicharron.
Chicharron.
Chicharron. I don't need a safe. I should never put a safe word because it's not me to fucking.
Yeah, you never
I
use your
never
safe
really.
word.
No,
You're
I have used my safe word a few times. Twice.
Twice. I was going to say twice.
But no, I mean, I got to go with the game, and every once in a while, you make me uncomfortable with your big black nipples. That's fine. That's cool.
Who?
You look
Man,
at
I
those
got
nipples.
little
They're
tiny
mature.
nipples. Are you
They
serious?
are not. Let me see your nipples.
Let's see him.
No.
Let's see them.
No, you guys can't afford this.
Oh, we want to
You
see
ain't
your
got the
nipple.
money. You
Show
ain't
me
got
the
the money
goddamn
for this.
nipple.
Nope.
Show me the nipple.
Show me the paper. Show me the paper. Ain't nobody
I
in
gave
this
you
room.
stickers.
I got a sticker for you right here.
That's fine. I've been punched in the face.
Ain't
Show me a nipple.
nobody.
Aha! Nipple.
If I whip out my nipple
Show
for
me a
$5
nipple.
right
$5
now,
Show me a nipple.
not
Show
happening.
me a nipple.
Not happening. It's not happening.
Sorry.
Let's see the nipple. too.
I'm keeping that money. You're not getting a nipple.
Just give me a fucking nipple, dude.
I can never claim
Nipple.
to be Luke Cage.
Nipple.
Best $5 I ever spent.
Nipple. Let's do a shot for the nipple.
Let's do a shot for the nipple.
Let's do a shot for the nipple. So, vodka. So you're at U Street now.
Do you have?
Yeah,
any,
I own U Street, and
Are you exclusive now?
yeah,
sole
I
owner
yeah,
and
I
proprietor?
bought out all my partners, and I'm
really?
I'm infinitely grateful to them.
It was
and,
all a dream.
Yeah, and
But that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's your spot.
yeah, it's my baby. They knew that. That's why they sold.
Give
They're
the
like,
black guy-
it's your baby.
Give the black guy a shot of tequila.
Black people don't drink tequila. What you talking about?
Mr. Radley.
Nipple.
What you talking, Mr.
Nipple.
Radley? I appreciate that.
No, but I fucking love this story of what you've come and became, and that's like amazing. Like,
I have a
I
question.
feel
mean,
I
you've
feel
actually
very
had-
I feel very fortunate, and to get back to like the whole like how you approach this thing. My whole vibe is that it's not about you; it's about the music. If you're focused on the music, you're good. If you ever make it about you, it's when it gets weird.
Focus on
In
the
my
music.
experience,
No,
that's
no,
what
you're
I
right,
found,
guys. I mean-
and it's hard. It's hard.
You never
not
had
to
a
do
DJ
that.
name.
Eastman.
It's my name.
I mean,
my name.
I got a question. What's the one thing that you
Cheers.
can say you feel like has changed the most from when you first started DJing in DC
Nipples.
up until now? aside from my nipples, because they haven't changed that much.
Oh yeah.
There's more. There's more of all of it. There's more. There's more DJs. There's more people. There's more. There are more parties. There are more promoters. There's more media. There are podcasts. There are websites. There are more venues. There are
We
more.
still want to record there.
There are more genres. There are more people who are internationally recognized doing dance music in DC.
So is that what you think your legacy is actually now?
I mean, I wouldn't claim any sort of like.
Stop being fucking humble. Give
I
me
mean,
some confident
I
and
don't
cocky.
think that anybody really I don't trust anybody that's like my legacy.
No, I do.
You the first mumble-tone spot.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did.
shout out to Dave Nada.
That's true.
Dave,
Shout out
you
to
did
Dave
You made Dave
Nada.
Nada. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
So I need to
I
need to clarify the record.
He DJ'd my wedding
We-
reception.
We were
Time
not
out,
the first
time
Moombahton place in DC. The
Time out.
Velvet Lounge was the first
hold on,
Moombahton
hold
place
on,
in
hold
DC.
on.
True.
Remember Moombahton Mondays?
Mike
And then
doesn't have a
after it
microphone.
blew
Good.
up Velvet Lounge, it moved to U-Haul.
Hold up.
Right.
Mike
good
doesn't
call,
have a
Will.
microphone. Calm down.
So-
Mike doesn't have a microphone, so say what he
So
just
Mike said, "Hey, U-Haul was the first Moombahton place," and I
And
just corrected him
Moombahton
and
is
said,
what-
"Actually,
what-
they
what-
were at Velvet Lounge."
Explain what
before
that is, because a lot of people don't know what that is.
So Moombahton is a
It's a
EDM.
DC thing.
it's
like
a
a
DC genre that was invented by our friend Dave Nada,
Dave.
and
Who
and
was
what it is
fucking
it's
amazing.
it's
Love you, Dave.
at that point Dutch house was very big, you know, and he slowed it down to a reggaeton beat, so it's like
Reggaeton.
slowed down EDM in like 103 to like 110
Explain
BPM.
that as well, though.
And so it's about like whereas like EDM is like. So it's got this like languid vibe to it, and when you slow stuff down, it's the thing that people don't understand is like I've felt is it's actually way harder to play and produce music that's slower than it is to do music that's faster, because there's so much space between the beats.
That actually
So you
makes
have
sense. That
room
makes
to
a lot of
fuck up,
sense.
but you also have room to add. And it just blew up. God
Yeah.
bless Dave
It really
Nada.
did.
I love
It
that
really
dude.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I had him. He DJ'd my wedding reception.
we get him
and
on
it was
here?
fucking great because I was like, there are people that pay this dude a lot of money, and he like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
did
Mama
it.
Nada's
Why do you have a
empanadas.
microphone back there? I love when you have a microphone.
Mama Nada's empanadas. Oh yeah.
So good.
Mama's Nada's
Shout out to
empanadas.
Mama
Ah!
Nada. Woo.
To Mama Nada.
Mama Nada.
Man,
I
yo.
don't know where to go with that.
Marcus.
So Marcus Dowling was on the show last week.
Tight.
Yo,
know-
I for real.
That was a great
For real,
show.
shout out to Marcus Dowling. I am a little bit ashamed
Was
of
that the
myself.
first time you met him? Was last
No,
week?
we
Oh, okay.
met years ago. We have bazillions of friends in common. I have a very short list
I
of
love
regrets.
Marcus Dowling. Marcus Dowling's one of my best.
I have a short
love
list
him.
of regrets, and on that list now is that I have not spent more time around that dude
Marcus Dowling is one
in
of the
the
most
time that we
amazing
have
dudes
known
I've
each
ever
other.
met.
Like, he is fan-fucking-tastic.
In DC, Marcus Dowling is probably one of the most amazing dudes I've ever met.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Marcus, hit me up. We got to do coffee.
Yo. Yo.
It's true.
I want to be a fly on the wall for that. Or a dude sitting at the table drinking coffee, too.
Why don't you just
Let's
fucking
do
work? I think
coffee.
we're at the table now. I think we can actually. I think we can go to the table there, asshole. What else would you like to share? I mean, what else do you want to talk about? Like, I love the fact that like your last show you had punk and fucking old school go go. Like, is that something you're trying to do again? Because that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
That's
we
one
got a
thing the
series.
city
We
of
got a
DC.
series. Yeah, we got a series. We do it once a month on a Sunday.
Oh, that's a month? Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. And it's
Let's
an early
talk about
thing,
this.
so it ends
I
at
know-
11.
I
Can
know
we
a pu-
can we
I
do
know
a
a punk
can
and
we-
a go-go band.
Can we do
that
a
might
show
be into
prior
that.
to
Tell
this?
us what it's called again.
Wow.
Go Returns to U Street.
Dude, can we do the show? Can we interview your people? Can we be
Yeah,
part of this?
let's do it. Let's do it. So
Let us be part of this.
So full disclosure, we were supposed to record this at U-Haul tonight,
Yeah.
but then we weren't going to be open. But in the future, let's do another one.
I would
we'll
love,
do
like-
it before like a Go Returns
Dude,
to
we'll do
to
whatever
U
you
Street.
like. We
Well,
really want to record there, and I
Let's do
would
it.
love to do one of those shows. That would be
Yeah.
for us to interview like the bands and you and and your bartenders and everybody. Like,
Are you going to have actual go-go bands?
Yeah.
I mean,
They've been
you-
playing all
But you're going to
summer.
have go-go band people DJ too, like somebody from Rare Essence will do a DJ set.
No, they're
or something,
playing
or it's just
live.
all
Like,
live.
No,
Rare
he
Essence
has-
playing.
has
We've got
Rare
Clar-
Essence.
clarify.
We've got Backyard Band coming up.
Oh.
Madonna.
What about EU? Can we get some EU? Shout out to Sugar Bear.
Yeah.
And Juju.
I mean, that would
EU,
be that would be.
holla,
I
come,
would love
please.
Maybe one day have the Mighty Trouble thread up in there. You guys have been put on notice.
My thing is,
You've
I
been
would
put on
love.
notice.
We're doing some booking right now.
Hashtag TMTT.
Hit me up, Will at UStreetMusicHall.com.
I want everything about
To
this.
date.
I would love everything.
We're gonna
about
talk.
that.
We're gonna talk.
See, I would love
Oh,
everything
and
about
Supreme
this.
Commander, because I'm a
Fuck
dual
yes.
threat.
Fuck yes.
I got the punk and the go-go.
So I would love everything about
For
this.
that
Like
ass.
I like. Listen,
dude.
here's the thing. We'll record our show.
Speaking my language now.
All right, but if you want to do this every Sunday with like your go and fucking punk, yo, we'll open up for you every single week, anytime you want us to do it, and we'll do it.
Really?
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
we will absolutely open up.
Let's
I
do
will
it.
introduce your bands, and we'll go from there. We'll fucking we can
There we go.
go
right.
live. So DC,
There we
we can be that's
You heard it
what's
here
more
first.
what's more DC as fuck is what you're doing. What's more DC
I was
as fuck.
really looking forward to recording
I
at
was
U-Haul
so
with
excited
that
about
logo
recording
in the
there.
background.
I was
so
so
We'll do
excited
it. We'll
about
do it. I'm
recording.
sorry.
I was even
I had
gonna
a
wear my
staffing thing,
tuxedo
but it's-
T-shirt because
No, we were
gonna be a
so
fucking
excited.
party, you know what I mean?
We were so excited about recording that,
I had
but
to put it
like,
back in the
listen,
vault.
$5 still in there? Put that in your pocket.
Oh, it's still in there. It's not going anywhere.
He's gonna go home. He's
It's
gonna
not
be like,
going
"Why's
anywhere. I'm
$5
gonna
in
wake
my
up with
shirt?"
this sweaty $5 bill plastered to my nipple.
I'm gonna
and be
suck your
happy
nipple
about
for
it.
that $5 bill.
No, you
no,
will not,
but
sir.
we are
I will call
we
HR.
We are so
Pumping
excited
stuff.
about going to U Street and fucking doing that. We want to be
We'll do
part
it.
of that.
We'll do it.
But
I
we want to be
apologize.
part of this movement. We want to be old school DC, new school DC. Like we want to.
Well, look, you're already part of this movement.
Yeah.
You're doing this, right?
Yeah.
And
But we
let's
wanna do
just-
it
let's
with you
just
as well.
collab and do it.
Let's do it.
It's as simple
Boo,
as
do you
that.
agree?
So tell everybody
100% I concur.
when does this start, or has it already started?
It's already started.
Last
yeah.
week was the first one.
And
So
who
tell
was
us
the,
more
who was
about
the
that.
band?
Actually,
It
we've
was the
done, we've done
Upsetters.
4 now.
So explain
who the
to
band's
more
Where
about-
you
explain to
been,
the
Boo?
upsetters.
We've been
Wait.
doing this since the spring, dog.
Explain who the small upsetters for those who don't know.
So it's it's members of Clutch, and
Clutch, I
they
fucking
did
love
it
Clutch.
under. So this is all Lisa White deserves all the credit for this because she knows them and she collabed with Becky Marcus, who's Rare Essence's manager, and us on this series. And actually, Lisa and Becky were the ones who cooked up this idea, and so they really deserve a ton of the credit for this. And Lisa she booked the 930 Club for 30 years, so she was here in the 80s,
She
and
sure did.
she was at those shows where people, it was like. Minor Threat opening for Go-Go acts,
I
right?
love everything about that.
Like back in the day, and she was like, "Look, I've been talking to my friend Becky Marcus, who's with Liaison Records. She's deeply tapped into the go-go scene. Go-go was everywhere on U Street
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
80s and the 90s,
was.
and then it got pushed out to the suburbs. It was like it got a bad rep due to
Got a
violence,
really bad
due to violence and drugs, right? Yes, so he mentions a good point. It's like the record companies in the 80s and 90s, like a lot of these acts, they had some releases on Def Jam, and it just became sort of like it was hotly tipped to be a new thing, and it didn't blow up on a national scale, but it remained a vital part of DC, right?
DC
It's
as
a
fuck.
DC. I've played shows in Stockholm, right? And people are like, "Hey, you're from DC," and some random record collector dude will just talk my fucking ear off about go-go. Like he knows more about go-go than I will
That's
ever know.
fucking
And it's like
amazing.
amazing. It's like this is music. This is what
Yeah.
music can do for people. It can bridge divides. It
I
can.
fucking
It can
love everything
totally
about-
bridge
I love
divides,
this. I
right?
love everything about
So
this.
so Lisa approached me and I was like, yes,
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 let's do it.
done,
Let's
done,
fucking
done.
done deal.
Whatever I
Let's
can
do
do,
it.
whatever I can do. And so the other part, so where my real contribution has been in picking the openers, right?
Yeah.
The local non-go-go
But
bands.
you gotta put them in there. You got to.
Because that's what, the right tool for
Those-
the right
it's
job.
a
Like,
it's the
like
same
those are the people
reason-
I know. Those are the people that I'm. So we've got Footwork opening for
I fucking
Backyard
love,
Band.
I love them.
And
Yes.
we've got
I
Beauty
love
Pill
Footwork.
opening for Belladonna in
Wait,
August.
Footwork's opening for who?
A backyard band.
But,
Awesome.
Oh,
Go
fuck.
find Ian Mackay and have him open for somebody.
So footwork. So,
Yes, let's
so
do
Yep,
it.
right?
Yes, do
Fugazi
it.
opening
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a go-go band.
So Footwork's actually
Yes.
Like old guy
Footwork's actually
Fugazi.
friends of ours from here. Like I've done a
Tight.
lot of work
They're a
with
tight-
Footwork.
they're a
I
tight
fucking
band.
I
love
can't
them.
even say the
band.
words. I have like this dream, like show that like my body won't even like.
Can I
But
touch
that's
your,
amazing.
Can I touch your body?
No,
Can I make your body
but
hot?
Fugazi and
$5.
Fugazi's good.
Fugazi and-
I love Fugazi as well. But fucking Footwork,
Fugazi
I
and
fucking
EU,
love
I would lose my
Footwork.
fucking
They're
mind.
awesome and they're amazing
Yeah.
fucking cats from Virginia.
Or Fugazi and Rare Essence would be sick too.
That is
Fugazi and Rare Essence
That'd
actually
be a
might
crazy
be-
combo and awesome.
I mean, both. Like,
I've seen
I-
Footwork actually open up for fucking Rare Essence before. We had a stage at fucking Broccoli City.
Footwork
and,
is
and
dope.
Footwork.
Oh no
it was
shit!
I like
fucking-
the
Yeah,
footwork.
was
it
that
was
last year?
Footwork, fucking Pinky Killer Corn, fucking Risa Renee, and fucking
See,
Rare
that's tight.
Essence.
That's tight.
And you were
That's
talking
tight.
about
That's
bridging
tight.
the gap earlier. You
Yeah.
were talking about bridging the gap between old and new DC. Like, no new DC, no people who've moved here in the last, I mean, I dare to say the last decade even, know
Those
what
go-go.
go-go is.
We have
Even,
to-
Well, there aren't
even
the shows.
style.
There aren't the shows in the parts of town
They're not
where they're hanging out.
accessible.
It's not happening
It's
on
not
U
accessible.
Street. It hasn't been happening on
Well,
8th
and that's
Street.
always been the
Hasn't
trend.
If you ever want to
happening-
sample,
How do
just
we
stand
teach
at
'em, though?
stand
How
at
do we
Georgia
teach 'em?
Avenue and Florida Avenue.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
That's
man.
your trial. That's your
Boost
baptism.
mobile, dog.
That's
Yep,
your baptism.
exactly.
But
So
yo, what's
how-
crazy is growing up in this town, my mom would let me go to punk shows, metal shows as a teenager. Like,
you
oh
gotta
yeah,
go.
baby, log, just call me, let me know you. If I even mentioned anything that even rhymed with go-go, oh no, not my baby. Like no, like go-go was fucking taboo for me. Like I was not allowed. I had to straight up.
Yeah.
So how do we make?
Because go-go
how
had
do
a
we
bad
make-
rap. Like
how
it was,
do-
yeah, it had
but
a
how do
terrible-
we
it had a
make
bad rap.
go-go now accessible to the new white people who are moving into
What's-
DC?
I'm trying it with this city, dog. I'm trying it with this series.
Well,
That's
generation-
I
the
mean,
idea.
living in New Orleans, we have
That's the
brass
idea.
bands. We have brass
Right,
bands
yeah,
in New
yeah.
Orleans. We have Trombone Shorty. We have the,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Soul Rebels. We have fucking.
I would
Reverb.
like for DC tourism to have a like
Go-go
come
section.
to
Yes.
U Street on a Sunday,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And see this, right? This
Yeah.
this is
You're right.
the cultural legacy of this city. Like experience some real music
real
shit,
DC
right?
shit.
You know, like
and they had that in New Orleans. In
when,
New Orleans,
when
you
so when you
to-
go to New Orleans, like there are jazz bands playing in the airport, right? Like that
If
is
you
that is a
don't know-
city
if
that
you don't-
understands its
But
musical.
even if you don't know what
heritage.
brass bands are, if you don't know what brass bands are,
Music is the blood of New Orleans.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
know what-
It
I-
is.
Yeah, yeah.
here's
It
the
is
thing,
the
when I moved
blood
to New
of
Orleans, and
New
when I moved
Orleans.
when I
It
moved to New
is.
Orleans as a chef,
Food is like the
hold on.
fucking.
No.
Yeah.
As a chef, when I moved
The
to
body?
New Orleans, I knew when I moved there, it wasn't about the food when I moved there. I moved there for the music. I moved there to learn about the culture and the music. Food was secondary to me when I moved there.
Can you
And that's what I
imagine?
loved about that. But with the one thing about they had Preservation Hall in New Orleans. So when you move to New Orleans, everybody says go to Preservation Hall. And why do you go there? You go there to learn about the brass bands.
Yeah.
And about old school fucking old school New Orleans music. So now me, anytime I hear a brass band, I can fucking like pin that shit like that's my shit. That's
Yeah.
my fucking home. And
know
I know
what
a
DC's
lot of
missing?
DC's missing a historic center of music. So when you come to DC, you don't have anybody saying, "Hey, this is Chuck Brown. This is fucking Rare Essence. This is fucking
I
Backyard."
want to put this on record
This
right
is
now.
who you need to fucking. If you move to DC, this is who you need to know.
I want to put this on record right now. Before, I used to joke that when I died, I wanted to have a Viking funeral on the Anacostia.
That would be so fucking dope.
And everyone
I
that
kinda
no,
wanna stab
but
you
everyone that
on the way
attends gets a bow and an arrow and a chance to try to light the casket on fire.
I'd practice for weeks.
Because
I
Lord
was like,
willing, we
"Boo's-
light the
Boo's looking bad.
Anacostia on
Grab my
fire
bow."
and we really fucking make that shit world star. But if I can't have that, I would like to maybe possibly have the. What do you say?
You go at Anacostia, and we burn your body, your bones are going to be floating.
No, if the Anacostia
If the
catches on
Anacostia
fire
catches
with
on
the
fire.
rest of the, I'm turning to ash. We're all turning to ash. If the
Anacostia
Anacostia
catches on fire
catches
in
on
general.
fire, we're all fucking done. But that being said, I would like to, and if anybody steals this idea, I will not be mad at you. I will probably love you that much more. We need, imagine a DC go-go second line. We take the second line and
We
Know
can
my
get
New
so
Orleans
many
roots.
haters
Know
from
my
New
New
Orleans,
Orleans.
though.
When I die, Can I get a go-go band marching down the street?
All right, so
Can I
anybody
get a
follows my
go-go band?
Instagram.
Can't
If you
call it
follow-
second line.
If you follow any of my Instagram,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
know.
Good idea, but you can't call it second line.
No.
No,
we
you
call
can't
it,
call it second line.
We'll
The
call,
fucking
can we
100
call it the mumbo line?
Oh!
Can I get a mumbo line?
No. So,
Back line.
I'm
The back
gonna,
line?
I'm gonna,
Oh, if it's already to the back line, I'm good with that. I'm
I'm
chill.
gonna
But
say
like,
this.
yeah, when I die, can I please
Have a
at
back
any-
line.
from point A to point B, whatever it is? It could just be
Why
around the
can't we
block.
make this a thing?
It could just be
How
around the
can we
block
not
of
make-
my
How
house.
can we make
Back
this?
line.
No, how can? All right.
But I want a
Okay.
go-go back
Hold
line
up, hold
and a
up,
procession
hold
of people. Man, I'm trying to tell people what I want when I die. I
Chicharrón.
can't
I want to
interrupt.
help
Chicharrón.
you with this. I want to help you with this.
Chicharrón.
Chicharrón.
I want to enhance this idea.
Okay, fine. Enhance away.
No, what I'm saying is like what I love about New Orleans. Like every time I go to New Orleans, I go and I get into second line. So if you look at my Instagram, you see my
On
second
my short
line.
list of things I'm ashamed of, I've never been in a second line before.
Oh, fuck! What's wrong with you, motherfucker?
I'm sorry. I've been to New Orleans 3 times, and every time it was Halloween, and I had
Oh
basically
my
blood
God,
alcohol.
Halloween's one of
I
the
had
best
almost
fucking-
blood alcohol
I've
poisoning
never
'cause I
been.
only
I'm
went out
ashamed.
at
Where
night.
you, where are you going, Will?
He's got to pee.
Sit your ass down,
He's
Will.
got to pee.
Anyway, no, I fucking love seconds. If you go to my Instagram,
I'm-
you can see me fucking all that fucking.
Nobody wants to watch your white ass.
Oh
dance in
my
a second
God,
line.
my second, my fucking. I'm telling you, they're fucking on fire. And you can watch me all the
But
way
yes,
through.
I am trying to introduce the concept of the go-go second line.
I would
Yes,
love.
Mark,
no,
Mike,
no,
Mike,
I
Mike,
think no, I think
Mike
this
is
an amazing
correct. We
idea.
can't call it the second line.
No, but I think it's amazing.
line.
In DC, we should come up with a name with it and fucking create
He's calling
this
it the
culture.
back line, and I like
I
it.
agree with that.
Maybe the
I
backyard
think
line.
the backyard line.
Can we get the backyard line, or
It
the,
should be the back. Oh my God, my headphones keep going in and out. The backyard line. I like that. I love that because I think that's the thing that actually should happen.
I just need, yeah.
because
I think
it's amazing. But because when you go to New Orleans, man, you go, you dance, you
And
dance.
dude, it should be a thing where, like, no matter
I mean,
where
when
you
someone-
are, if you
when
live in
someone
Trinidad,
dies or anything,
if you
you
live in
fucking
Trinidad,
celebrate.
from where your shit is to where the service is, you get your line.
Celebrate
You know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
motherfucker, dude.
You know, I'll be right there with the cowbell, ready
Yo.
to get the fuck down. You know,
I
but
think
like,
I think DC
go
I
back
think
line
we-
procession, dude.
I think you guys are
needs to
brilliant.
be a thing.
We need to create.
Why we didn't do that for Chuck when he passed?
Right?
Why nobody
We
thought
need
to like?
to create a second
I mean,
line
there was a
that's
man,
not-
there was a
in
million
DC.
tributes. There were
From
a
here
million
on
tributes.
out, no, from here on out, here's our thing. This is our mission for the DC as Fuck show. We need to create the back
Back.
line for the DC as Fuck show. We need to
Ooh.
create a
Soundtrack?
back line.
Soundtrack, you mean? You got to write. Are you talking about writing some shit?
No, I think we should create the back line for Washington DC.
Are you saying though, like we need a band?
Need the
We
players.
can do
We
a
need the
band.
players.
I mean, I'm not going to do it, but you can.
I mean, I'm picking up. I just want to make sure that
So
I'm
what
picking
I'm
up what you're putting
saying
down.
is we could create a band called the Backline, and you could be the lead of it
Oh.
because you are who you are.
I don't know.
And it could be like a brass band. It
The
could be-
reports
no,
of my
it could be a-
reports of my
shut
recent
up. It could
popularity
be
have
a-
been
it could be-
greatly
it could-
exaggerated.
But it could be a brass band meets fucking go-go.
2008 Boo is way more popular than
am I wrong?
2018 Boo.
Can we not?
But
be
yo, I love what you're doing. I
Brass
love that.
band meets go-go band.
Well, yeah,
I wish
in-
more
in-
people
in
were as
theory, that is
enthusiastic.
entirely what I was thinking of.
You know what?
A go-go band with
I'm
a
not
huge
kidding.
brass section. Like,
Hold on.
what's not to love? What's not to love about that?
Hold up. Brass against the machine.
Break.
No, we're not breaking.
Producer says we are.
Brass against the machine. Hold up. I
Save
got
it for
one-
after
I
the
got
break.
one-
Save it for after the break.
Ah! Okay.
We didn't already broke.
Brass against the machines.
What are you playing over there, dog?
What I am playing is Wake Up. Rage Against the Machine cover.
Oh, Rage is so like crucial right now.
It
Listen
is.
to Killing in the Name.
Okay.
It fucking makes so much sense in
listen,
2018.
Hold on.
How long? Not long, because what you reap is what you sow.
No,
Yes,
wait, listen
sir.
to this. If I can do this,
Yes,
this is
sir.
a brass band. You guys know how I feel about New Orleans. So New Orleans, we have brass bands. This is a brass band doing fucking Rage Against the
Nice,
Machine.
nice.
So
Play
give
that.
Me, give me
Play
like
that.
1 minute. Of
Yeah,
this.
put that on. Put that on.
It's not
Little closer. Tight. Oh my God. Shout out Oscar. We were listening to this in the car yesterday. So good.
So my whole point is like this is
That
a
was
brass.
tight.
Like we were talking about brass bands. So we were talking about like you and
Yeah,
me.
that was tight. Send me a link to that. I need that in my life.
What you were just saying? What's your favorite Rage Against the Machine song?
Well, I mean,
Wake
Wake
Up.
up.
I
actually am a big fan of Sleep Now in the Fire.
No,
I'm a big fan of rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun.
Oh. People ain't seen a brown skinned man since their grandparents bought one.
That's fucking amazing. I don't know where I just did with my fucking Uber. My Uber. Fuck.
Uber.
totally
You
live
out?
in
You
the
ordering an Uber?
Can you take this over for
Yeah.
1 second?
What am I
I
doing?
thought you got
don't want me
Lyft. I thought you did
Ubering
Lyft.
somewhere.
Hold on, let me do this again. I'm actually gonna fucking
I'm going to send you
time
to the
out.
darkest heart of Anacostia.
Brass Against the Machine. You said what song
Brass
was your favorite,
Against the
what was your
Machine. I
favorite
love
song?
it. I love it. Brass Against the Machine.
Wake Up, right?
Yeah. All right.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
write
we're
it
doing
down.
Brass Against the Machine. So I'm gonna give like a minute to this song. What? That's fine. I think the song's worthy of it.
I think it's worth a minute.
The Brass Against the Machine is brass bands from New Orleans, from New York. Actually, has collaborated and done this. I think it's worthy of every minute. But what do you think?
The
concept is awesome.
glissando of this horns emulating the guitars is amazing. Because you can do that with a horn. You can do that with a trombone. It's all glissando.
Oh, dude, trombone is some gangster shit, dude. Trombone might be one of the most slept-on fucking brass instruments out there.
Bullshit.
You said no, it's not?
Clarinet, dog. Yeah, clarinet. Yeah. That's at a different frequency range,
It's a different
though.
range, though.
Yeah.
If you ever
Who's
shook
doing
me
the
again,
vocals?
I'll
Is this
bite
a
you on the
woman?
Achilles.
I actually have heard it.
Nice.
I like it.
Damn, she sounds like him a little bit. Dude, she's pretty fucking good.
So,
I like
Will,
it.
can we not get them? Can we get them at your place so I can meet
Sure.
these people?
Let's do it.
They're called Brass Against the Machine.
Brass Against the Machine. You have an
And-
open
and I'm
invitation to play
actually
at U
real-
Street Music Hall. Please hit us
And
up.
I'm really good friends with Soul Rebels from New Orleans.
Tight.
So can we get more brass bands and more like people like this?
Yes. Help me
Oh, I can
be an
help you.
ambassador to make the connection to bridge the
I
gap.
would love that, actually.
Look. That's
I'm
all.
friends
That's
with
all it
Rebirth.
takes.
I'm
Look,
friends with Rebirth. I'm friends with Soul Rebels.
that's all that it takes to get music somewhere. Is just to have somebody be like, "Hey, hit this person up."
Mm-hmm.
Like I talked to him about you, and he was,
But see,
or
you
he
had
or
the-
she
you-
was
you had
cool.
the
Like,
venue to
like
actually
just
put
just
it
hit
out
him
there.
up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I find it amazing.
Nothing. Do not create any barriers between the music.
So these people
That's
are
the
actually,
way to do it.
So
Like-
the Brass Against
Yes.
the Machine are actually famous because they're a YouTube band. And they're amazing because they took the idea of fucking being artists, taking brass band music, which we know as go-go music, as well. So go-go and brass are very similar. So when I moved from New Orleans, or from D.C. to New Orleans, what the difference was the cowbell to the horn was the difference for me. And you remember when fucking Adele they did the Adele song for Backyard?
Oh yeah.
the
Oh,
Adele
I
Go-Go
sure do.
cover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By the way, the
It's
Mighty Triple
Blitz
Threat, we
Blue
cover
the
that.
fuck
We cover
out.
that cover, and it's amazing.
But that's the thing. It's like it just blew the fuck up. And when you go to New Orleans,
I heard that
you-
shit at the Boost Mobile at Georgia.
But here's the thing.
They
like,
murdered that shit.
I think I heard that first at the
was
Boost
when-
Mobile.
When-
Walking
when
by, I'm like,
Lorde-
what?
When Lorde came out with was it
PCS
Warriors?
first?
Yeah.
When Lorde came out with Warriors, and then they did a go-go cover of that. Like
Yes,
that song
yeah.
was already like you couldn't
It
go
was huge.
on
It
any
was
station
fucking
without
huge.
hearing
That's
it.
the whole
And
history
then
of
a
go-go.
cover hit it,
Those
and
guys
it
were
was like,
playing in cover bands, and they
Yeah.
understood that, like, look, if you want to rock a party, keep the breakdown going, keep the beat going.
Can I share
And
something?
that's
the
how that
same
all
thing with
started. Like,
fucking
and then they were like,
go-go and brass bands.
Can I prematurely? And I'm just putting more pressure on my crew. Hashtag TMTT. But I have this fucking idea, doing a mashup.
Let's do it.
Sweet Leaf, Tainted Love.
Tainted love.
They're in the same key. I have an arrangement. These cats, I just dropped it on these dudes. I'm trying to get them in the
which
studio. They're
Tainted
like,
Love,
"We're
though? The 80s or the original, like,
There's only
Northern
one.
Soul? Tainted
The
Love?
80s.
That's a-
There's two different- no,
Dog, that's
no,
a
no,
cover of, like, a...
I don't
But
wanna
Will
hear
was
that.
right. There's two different covers.
You know what? You know what? I have to take a moment and fall back. You are correct. I'm doing the 80s,
The 80s
80s version.
Got it.
Baby, baby,
But
baby.
yeah, sorry, my bad. But yes,
And then Rihanna sampled it, too.
anything after 1985 doesn't count.
But Marilyn Manson did a better version of it.
No,
Yes, he did.
no. Let me tell
A
you.
better
Let me tell you.
Rihanna.
Shh. Let me tell you something. Marilyn Manson never did a better version of anything.
Thank you, boo. Thank you.
Anything. And the next time you think about saying something like that, I want you to immediately take your hand
love
and
you,
raise
Eddie.
it high above your head, and then immediately
love you, boo.
ram it into your crotch as fast as you can. I want you to go from Statue of Liberty to pile driver.
Statue of Liberty. So,
No offense to Marilyn Manson,
Shut
but
up.
fuck Marilyn.
so.
He was done after.
Shut the fuck up.
He was done after Antichrist Superstar.
You, my friend. You have anything? Will you shut
He
up
didn't
back
say
there?
my safe. No one said my safe word, so I'm just going to carry on. After
Bammetry. I'm a
everything-
Bammetry.
Yeah.
My name is.
You are
Well,
Bammetry,
Well,
that's
well,
true.
do
Yeah.
you have anything left to say? We're about
Yeah.
to exit out of the show.
Yeah, I do. So there's going to be a white nationalist rally at some point in August in D.C., and I've been
Go fuck
thinking.
yourself, guys.
I've
Whole
been
bunch
thinking a
of
lot
rednecks.
about like what you
Fuck
do.
you.
What I would love to do is get a party bus and just drive through the streets of D.C. and have a bunch of DJs play cool music and be like, "We're spreading
Can we
some
do
love.
this?
We're gonna
Can we
spread
do
some
this?"
love. We're gonna spread some love. If anybody's got like an RV." That has like a generator, or anybody
What
has
about
like a
DC
food
Proud? Don't
truck.
they have that-
They've got
that
the food
truck
yeah.
maybe they
and just
bring
be like,
down?
just
Figure
go
out
and just
something
go,
else
just
to
go
do.
through
It
the
has a built-in
streets.
DJ system in
Every
it, too.
DJ, every
But
DJ in
can we-
DC, just
can
do it
we
and just be
figure
like,
out
look,
You just
something?
pump music and vibes out in the
That's what I'm
streets.
saying.
Exactly.
Can we figure something out and call it the DC as fuck like parade?
let's do it, let's do it, dog.
Because Will, here was my alternative.
Do it.
DC as fuck pride parade. Can we do
Marcus,
like
Can
a
these
second
food
one?
trucks have
Humor
gun
me.
turrets on them?
Humor me. No. Here's my caveat.
Crackling.
No, crackling. Chicharron.
We're not trying to kill motherfuckers.
Because I actually thought about this while I was
Bammetry.
I thought about this while I was brushing my teeth earlier today.
Dick sucking.
Totally random to like.
I totally forgot my fucking safe word.
that was your supposed safe word. But I was like, well, what if this white nationalist? What if this white nationalist rally happens and like the counter protesters show up, but instead of like yelling and screaming and
We're just
fighting and
happy
shit,
as fucking like.
shh, no, I got one even better. What if everyone just straight Bravehearts them? And they just turn around and drop trow, and it's
The
just
Tonka!
it's just
Tonka!
ass on ass on ass on ass.
And balls.
we
I love
don't
it. I
even,
love it.
we
I love
don't
it.
even dignify you enough to watch
Yeah.
your fucking shit. But here's a fucking big face full of, I mean,
Cock and balls.
big ass,
Yes.
small ass, hairy ass, greasy ass. This ass
But
on
at the
ass on
same
ass
time
on
having
ass on
DJs
ass on
play.
ass. And having DJs play. I think that'd be icing on a really
Look,
assy
I
cake.
think-
look.
I
My
think I
whole
should
thing
sell
is like,
tacos.
why does it have to be one or the other?
I don't wanna- yeah,
I would
I don't want
happily
it to be
DJ
violent.
and drop trow and moon that.
But I'm
But
saying,
I
like,
can sell
it could be both.
tacos.
I just
we can
remember-
sell. All right, we can sell tacos, show ass, and play fucking
I am pro
electric
taco.
music.
Anything taco related.
What is that?
What do you? What about?
I don't want to sell that.
But yeah, so I'm saying, like, I just want us to be creative with our counter protests. Is really the gist of it. That's the moral of the story.
The
Let's
jizz of
be
it all.
creative,
The jizz of it
Because
all is that
otherwise,
we're
we
fucking
just gotta
going
roll
out.
down there with baseball bats and start fucking.
I mean,
just-
look what just happened in Portland.
I missed it. What happened in Portland? Them cats in Portland get
Clash.
the fuck down.
Alt-right.
Them
Yeah.
Antifa cats in Portland. Shout out to Antifa on the West Coast. Y'all Bamas ain't playing.
They ain't fucking around.
Not
All right.
even
Not over
a
there.
little
Gentlemen, do
bit.
we have anything left we want to say before we leave?
Yes.
DC, love ya. Love music. Love what you guys are doing.
You and I are gonna have
Appreciate
another
you having
episode,
us on.
Right? We're going to do another episode at your place, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yep,
we,
yep.
we
Because I
have
feel
to.
like I have so much more I want to
I
talk
need
to
a
you about.
reason to
talk.
wear my
Let's talk.
tuxedo
No,
t-shirt.
you and me, fucking, I need to talk to you more.
Let's bro down.
Let's bro down. So, or the next time you
devil.
see me talking to Will, we're going to be at his spot
Nice.
because I have so many more questions I have for you. Like, I have a lot more questions for you.
He's got so much things to say right now.
Shut up.
Will, never change your safe word.
Never.
Change your safe word because it's going to get
The funny thing is, the
unsafe.
drunker I get, it goes into grilled sushi-free. It may not be interpreted
The
correctly.
spirit is still
All right,
there.
Boo, what do you have to say
I need a
for
shorter
us?
safe word.
Be a better human.
Be
and
a
if
better
you
human
and if you
is the way
live
it
with
is.
other people, act like you live with other fucking people.
Do you
Be
have some
human,
personal
period.
That you want to
No.
say?
Be
Nope.
human, period.
Nope. No. But if you share a space with other fucking people,
Don't be a fucking cockroach, you fucking
be a
unhuman.
And we
dirty-
all share space
don't
with
be
other
a dirty,
people.
Everyone.
vermin luring.
Or just be a fucking hermit. Go away.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
this?
go live in a cave.
If you live with other people, be invisible and be clean.
Fair enough.
Be invisible and be clean. God bless.
Yeah, God bless.
Thanks for having me as the guest bartender.
Better late than never, Edward.
You fucking asshole.
Appreciate
Next
you, Eddie.
time, heads will
So
roll.
I was
thank
sleeping.
you for
I was
joining
sleeping.
us for another DC as fuck show. I want to thank our guests for coming out. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you
brother.
for finally showing up.
Yeah, thanks,
Fucking
man.
cutting
You guys
it.
are pretty all right.
Big thanks to our sponsors, One Love Massive, fucking Chuck Levins, and fucking Grindstone Universal.
What about your lawyer? You forgot to
That
give
was
him
my.
a shout out.
I was about to say
You
that.
didn't give him a shout out.
But
at
I
the
was
beginning.
about. You want
You
to say?
didn't at the opening of the show. Is
No,
all
no, I
was trying
did.
to
No, I
come.
didn't begin the show. No, I totally did. Marlon Griffin. Are you serious? I do not never mention my Marlon Griffin. Marlon Griffin. Marlon Griffin. Anyway, bitches, I'm Marcus Bradley Dunn, the Pasteurized Chef.
Son of a bitch.
Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Don't be a fucking cut nugget. Don't
Empathy
be an
is
asshole.
not a weakness.
Golden
Shut
rule,
up. Can
dog.
you shut up?
Don't be a fucking
And all y'all shut the fuck up.
I
while
was just
I talk.
piggybacking on what the fuck you just said.
Golden rule.
I just literally fucking
So we're all
piggybacked
preaching the
on what
golden rule,
fuck
now
you
we're gonna
said,
start fighting.
asshole.
Be cool to each other.
Be cool to each other. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's what the fuck you just did,
I'm
Brad.
Marcus Bradley. I'm Marcus
Bradley.
Bradley.
Fucking Bradley. I can still talk really loud. It's not a deterrent. You can't stop me. You can only hope to contain me or maybe mute me if you're at the board.
Yeah, it's fun. So one of my best friends is Boo fucking Dixon. He's
I'll see you in hell.
He's a cunt nugget. Nugget. I didn't say. I said nugget. I said
Racist.
what? I said nugget. Fuck all of you.
He just called me a chicken nigger, y'all. It just happened. The ultimate slur.
Oh my God.
The ultimate
Oh my
slur.
God. Oh my God. I
Fuck
can't
all
even.
of you. That's not what I said.
I
It's
can't even
not
right
what
now.
I
I
said.
can't even.
Not what I said. I hate all of you. I love you. Goodbye.